ice after all. But it's wide, about 10 feet wide, plenty wide to walk single file and even side by side if you're so inclined. But either way, you can lead your little procession across the ice. The Fey Queen, her faces, even her icy aspect, stand by on the shore, watching you march towards the ghost light, but seemingly making no move in that direction themselves.
Once we get like where Vengeance assumes we're out of earshot on this bridge, he's gonna kind of ask in a hushed voice, "Do you all think this is all Sobel's doing, and she's completely innocent here, or what's your take on it?"
I mean, Sobel didn't seal my grandfather into a sword.
Yes, but he is the one that influenced her too. Which
Yes, but it's like if a child hits somebody with a bat, but their parent told them to do it, is the child still at fault for hitting someone with a bat?
yes, but at the same time, it's definitely more the parent there, wouldn't you say?
I mean, yes, but you cannot ignore who hit who.
I guess we're gonna have to figure out how to proceed with her when this is all said and done. Then.
I have a feeling she might impose that on herself.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I have this strange feeling. Like, she seems resigned somehow. I mean, once Sobel is gone, what is left for her here? You know? She already knows that we've kind of shown her the error of her ways and everything that's been happening, you know? She sees the suffering she has caused. Perhaps with Sobel gone? I'm sorry?
I was gonna say, it just kind of seems like that situation with the face we spoke to in Valenistad. Leningrad. The one place with the church that I never know the name of.
Yes, Villainistad.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What conversation you talking about? I don't think I was there for that.
Oh, you were off having your little bromance with Hank, I believe at the time.
Yes, he was very handsome.
We were just asking her some simple questions, you know, about how she thinks people are doing and her people back home and the village she was from and how if they're prospering anymore. And it just they were thought-provoking questions, things I don't think she ever thought about. I was just saying it might be a similar situation to what we have with the Fake Queen.
Do you think, obviously, even though she might see the error of her ways, do you think the many would be willing to come to the table with her?
Maybe if there are some many left.
That is a good point.
It's true. I mean, you probably have to ask yourselves, like, how many of the many are there? Their leader, their Laska, the one who you met so long ago, is dead. Every other Laska you've encountered along the way has also ended up dead.
No, one's in prison.
One's in prison.
Oh yeah,
Not much better there.
That's she's in a gulag right now. Like that's yeah.
You know what? So was Hopper, and Hopper escaped. Okay, and he's still the hero.
I got some help.
The bulk of the many did go with Ursa Legion to lay siege. So what's left of their movement, their rebellion, or whatever you might call it, might depend heavily on how things are going there.
Devin,
Anyway.
do you have any commentary?
Astute as always, Seven.
Did you say anything? I didn't hear anything at all.
Wow, I can't believe Ben just wasn't listening. That was
No, I legit couldn't hear anything.
probably the best thing you've ever said.
Oh, okay.
gave you some commentary.
Ah, thank you.
What'd you do? Oh,
Well,
I thought you were checking to see if he was breathing or something.
you discuss amongst yourselves a little bit as you march across the ice. And at some point, when you're about halfway along, you can see the ice begin to shift and crack down beneath you, beneath the causeway. And if you look down, you can see a great white form moving beneath the ice, one blue eye staring up at you as it swims along against the currents. But it seems to keep swimming. It pays you no mind. And eventually, you do cross over to the island, the ghost light rising up from blowing snow and mist and shining above you. Even though it's daylight as you approach, you're not sure if it's the extreme northern latitude, clouds in the sky, or something about the presence of the ghost light itself, but it almost seems as if the world around you begins to grow darker and fainter. And the nearer you draw to the tower rising up, the more you swear you can see little pinpricks of light in the darkness of the sky. And even not the sky alone, but also almost as if the air itself around you had this sparkling quality to it. It's not dissimilar to what you experienced when you went to the last ghost light, where the world seemed to fade away the closer you got to it. The doors to the tower stand open. No bell puzzles here.
Oh, thank God.
And when you look inside, you see that this tower is not of the same construction, not of the same design as the one that you encountered in the River Kingdoms. That one was more of a literal tower, much like a lighthouse, with several floors and stairs leading up to its peak. This one, on the other hand, it's got some smaller towers arrayed outside of it, but the central one appears almost like a hollow drum on the inside. It is entirely open, and when you look up, you can see that the air above you is filled with, if the air outside had this sort of sparkle and shimmer to it, inside it's positively blinding. This brilliant blue glow that seems to coalesce and concentrate itself right there in the midst of the tower. You don't see any way up to its peak or anything like that. Instead, there is a sort of broad, circular marble floor. It is quite elaborate in its decoration, and it doesn't seem to have decayed in the same way as the other ghost light. This one looks much almost as if it's been maintained in a way. There's some adornments and embellishments done in precious metals and such that decorate the walls and the floor, but all of it is in good condition, perhaps preserved by the cold.
Seven's gonna cast the spell that I put in the chat.
I see.
By the way, Alexia updated her wedding photos 3 hours ago.
7, you gaze
Oh, okay.
around. Visible creatures and objects as if they were visible. Okay, that's interesting. Seven, you cast that ability or something similar to it once before, and it allowed you to observe a magical phenomenon in which you sort of saw this massive, almost like a lensing, like a massive bubble that surrounded you when you realized that you were being scryed upon in a way.
Yeah, I think that one, Anthony, was the one that gives me true sight. It's a much more powerful version of this.
I see.
Yeah.
Technically, this also reveals the same thing though, because it allows you to see invisible creatures and it lets you see the scrying sensors too. So even this one would have let you see that ability or see that in the past. However, now what you're seeing is something similar but distinct. You realize there's also a strange lensing in the air here that engulfs the area around the ghost light. If you look out the door, you can even see it kind of extending beyond. But you don't think it's the same as the scrying that you observed before that told you the Fey Queen's focus was upon you. Instead, you sense that this is in some ways an inversion of that, almost like something that would be protection. I'm out and I'm back. And give me a perception check while you've got that up.
Sure, 1 second. Oh, perception.
Hey, pretty good. You are taking in all of this magic, this disturbance in magic that you're seeing here. And it's a lot to take in, of course, but you also notice something else out of the corner of your eye. A translucent shape of a creature. It looks almost insect or crab-like in a way, but it's kind of floating through the air. You realize it must be in the ethereal plane as it drifts along, and it disappears beneath the level of the floor as it's slowly floating downward. And if you cast your vision about, you might catch another glimpse of another strange looking creature, looking like it has 6 gossamer wings that are flitting gently as it kind of hovers for a moment. It passes right through a wall, a column, and then it too dips down beneath the level of the ground and out of sight.
Is it these? It's clear to me these things are kind of in the ethereal plane, but are they? I mean, does Seven have the sense that like we're touching on some kind of convergence, like some kind of lost Anthony?
He's been lost for months.
Sorry, I don't know if you caught that.
That we're touching on some kind of what?
Like, is it like the planes are somehow converging? Like we're touching on the border ethereal here, or were they like moving with purpose? Like I don't know. Is it just like I'm seeing images of things, or are these creatures actually like moving through the space? Like I'm not sure, like what the nature of the visions is.
Sure. You know that the border ethereal is in contact, so to speak, with the material plane at all points. It's part of the nature of it is that they're bound together, they're adjacent to each other. However, the magic this far north, is wild and potent, and the boundaries between planes can grow thinner indeed. Um, the ghost light, as you saw before, its purpose is to sort of stabilize magic, especially at Tempest Past. You saw that the unchecked magic turned into a torrential storm that seemed to only grow more powerful, and the relighting of the ghost light seemed to bring it back to a calmer state. You kind of get the sense that you're seeing something similar here, not in terms of the kind of the storm that you saw, at least not a physical storm, but rather, again, that the magic here is kind of been it's powerful, but it's sort of being controlled by the ghost light. It's swirling around it. It's giving it almost like a focus point. And so there may be some additional effect of the border ethereal or something. There's clearly ethereal creatures that are here, or creatures that are maybe partially in this plane, partially in another one. Does that answer your question, or was that a load of gibberish?
No, that's a good description. Thank you. Seven will just whisper to anyone in close earshot that the magic here seems tangible, and we're at least touching, we're at least close to things on the ethereal plane, but he seems like he doesn't really understand what the ghost light does. He probably sounds like a little bit I don't know, maybe enchanted, a little bit full of wonder. Like he doesn't. It's not like he seems confident. Like he's just like this shit cray.
This shit do indeed be cray. Uh, what are we doing?
I mean, all that's left is to, I guess, just go in there, isn't it?
Yeah. No point knocking on the door. Let's 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 see what we can find.
Take that bitch in and start a fire. Let's go.
Do you have fire making supplies, Vengeance?
Yes, actually. Next question.
That's nice. Just set stuff on fire. That seems reckless.
It was a metaphor for let's get this party started.
Who's throwing a party here?
You're doing
Cat,
such a good job.
Cat, can you help me here?
You're doing such a good job, Vengeance. I believe that you are a great person.
Let's kick the
we're
door
gonna-
in and start this fight, okay?
Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing. Oh, yes. Let's do that. I was confused
Jesus
what we were
Christ.
doing.
Actually, I don't think you could say Jesus Christ, as that's not a person here. Anywho, moving on.
Jesus.
No,
You,
we just
uh,
established you can't say that.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want, you can give me like 4 hours to prepare a bunch of crazy spell effects in the area, but something tells me that's probably a bit of a buzzkill. We should just go in.
I feel like we're already on a timer.
I feel like if you were making something here for 4 hours, he'd probably notice.
Or maybe he expects us to come and he's getting all ready now. If we wait 4 hours, he'll be really thrown off and he'll come outside to look.
Both valid points.
We could always flip a gold piece to decide.
I really want to kill Sobel, and like the sooner the better.
Did you wake
The
up?
fake wing said he was close to her, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's here.
I mean, she kind of heavily insinuated he was.
She wasn't being very clear by the end. She said he was the first one that found me after she died, and I'm like, who is she? And then she asked you if she wanted to stop playing games, and then it was a whole thing. I don't really know what was happening there by the end, but I think it was good.
Does anyone know who she is anyway?
I'm guessing, like, I don't know if she has a mother.
I mean, everyone has a mother, don't they, Cat?
Less talking, more walking.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Aye. 7.
Seven.
Okay. You step inside. Like I said, there's an arched entrance to the ghost light, which stands open. No doors blocking the path, and as you step in, you're inside of this large circular room. It's significantly grander than the previous ghost light. The diameter of the tower must be over 100 feet across. And you look up, you can see that brilliant blue, almost icy glow above you. It seems to start maybe about 50 feet up, and it goes up. Oh, you don't know. You can't see. You can barely even stand to squint upwards because it's almost like looking into the sun. It's so brilliant. But as you gaze around this room, you can see that it's been laid with slabs of marble in intricate patterns. There aren't really any, like, stairs that lead up, or doorways that lead out to perhaps other rooms or chambers. It seems to mostly just be this central tower. You see no signs of Sobol or anyone else for that matter. Seven, with your ability to see into the ethereal, you do occasionally catch sight of some strange alien-looking life form moving through the air, kind of making a lazy spiral around the room, slowly drifting and circling, uh, but always in a downward direction until they vanish into the floor.
It seems deliberate though. It seems like they're trying to go down, or does it seem more like they're just being drawn? I mean, I guess Seven's wondering if there's something beneath the floor that all these things are heading to.
I suppose it might look to you almost like creatures that are caught in a current, like fish or sea life or something, that are kind of flowing along with the movement of the water, letting it carry them.
That's absolutely fascinating. Okay. Seven seems to be staring at the floor a lot. You're not sure why.
So we're just sort of in this big open marble room, and Sobol's not there though,
There's no Sobel,
and there's no stairs, up or down.
no stairs up or down.
Looking around, Ben's just gonna go. All right, where is he, or whatever the hell we came here for?
Seven, you were looking, Zechik, you were looking at the floor quite a bit. Is there something you can see that we don't?
Invisible fish.
Oh.
We didn't know there was ghost fish.
Ghost fish at the ghost light.
Check this out.
Pat is nodding as if, yeah, that makes total sense. Shit, what do we do?
Sobol, where are you? Ben's just gonna like mockingly call out, obviously.
Real subtle.
What? I mean, we can't really sneak up on him. It's a giant open room. What do you want? What do you expect?
You don't think he could sneak up on us here?
I mean, not on us. Maybe on the giants behind us, but
I mean, did you think he could reverse gravity and throw you 100 feet in the air before he did it?
I mean,
No?
I'm not
Oh,
really the one
no.
that has an issue with that. It's kind of mostly you guys.
Seven's gonna ask Vengeance to help him thoroughly search the floor here, looking for, I don't know, hidden staircases down, or any sign of anything interesting. He's thinking that maybe what we're here for isn't up but down. I don't know.
Perception, investigation. What would you like, Anthony?
Should give me a perception check if you're looking around.
I was gonna give him advantage on it by helping.
Oh, I mean, I got a 19. Either way.
A 19. Let's see. Obviously, Vengeance, you have no idea what Seven is going on about, but he says something's up with the floor, so you're going to take a look at the floor.
Only said fish is in the floor. I'm looking for fish in the floor.
You don't see any fish in the floor, but you do notice something odd about the arrangement of these marble slabs in the ground. Um, they are these kind of rectangular slabs that are arranged. At first, you think that they're arranged in a circular pattern, um, and they sort of form rings, concentric rings that go out from the center to the edges of the tower. However, as you're squinting and staring, you realize that they are not actually concentric circles, but one long, unbroken spiral that curls in on itself until it gets tighter and tighter and tighter right in the center of the room. And there you see that there's one circular slab that looks almost like a capstone in a way to kind of finish off the pattern.
I'm going to walk up to the edge of it and kind of ask if anyone thinks that this circle might move up or down.
Well, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to investigate the center slab very closely, if you want.
Please do.
Not a great roll, but there you go.
Well, you rolled a 6, you have a +9? God, I always forget.
Yeah, well, I was gonna help them investigate, but I'm not much better.
um that's okay. It's not actually that difficult to see what's going on here once you've identified this pattern and this central slab uh as being perfectly circular. The only piece of stone in the room that has this shape, you kind of investigate it, poke and prod at it. You realize that it is slightly raised from the rest of the floor, not even a whole inch above it, but along the edge of it, that narrow little edge that sticks up as you're circling along, Seven, your hands pass across a groove in what can only be a little recessed button hidden in there.
I suppose the only warning anyone has before Seven presses the button is he mumbles "Open Sesame."
What was that?
He mumbles something, and then all of a sudden you hear a grinding sound of stone against stone. Seven, the little circular slab that you're standing on, for a moment, you're a little unsteady on your feet as you feel it rise up a couple of inches, and then it begins to drop down into the ground. And as it does so, the spiral of marble slabs around it begins to recede in with it, almost looking like the stone floor was turning into a whirlpool as it just kind of drops down gradually, and the spiraling marble bricks form a narrow staircase that descends down and down into darkness.
Hey, you did it!
Hey, we found the door.
Good job, Seven.
Yeah, good job, Seven.
Yeah, good job, Seven.
Seven is still riding the middle of it down, quickly disappearing from view.
Yeah, you see the you see the shield on his hood point upwards. Please. Bye.
I guess we should probably quickly follow. Can the giants fit in here? I'm a little confused on the design. If it's wide
So,
enough.
I'm struggling to describe it, but imagine that this big floor has this spiral pattern of stones in it, and once Seven hits the button, the center of the spiral begins to drop, and all of the other stones are kind of gradually descending with it, so they form this almost like a ramp that spirals around and around and around and down.
Oh, so when he rips it up, like we're all going
He,
down,
he he pushes a button and it starts to sink.
but we're all
Yes,
going like
and the
sinking down.
floor is all starting to sink along with it. Yeah, the center part more dramatically than the rest, which is only slowly going down. But the middle part is dropping quite quick.
Yeah, I
Oh,
imagine Vengeance is probably holding on to whatever slab he was standing on right next to the middle.
gotcha. So that would have been a lot more dramatic. Like, I thought it was like a little tiny thing opening, but no, it's the whole like whole floor like sinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Gotcha.
guys are slowly sinking. Me and Seven just went.
Gotcha. Right on.
Well, Cat, do you grab onto something and
Oh yeah,
hold
fuck
on?
yeah,
as
yeah,
it
absolutely.
descends?
As soon as I hear Seven mumble anything, I'm grabbing onto something.
Yeah. The other, perhaps your contingent of forces along with you, they may have lingered a little bit more at the entrance, and you hear some shouts of surprise and fear as the center of the ghost light just begins dropping away, disappearing into the earth, into this earthen vortex. Um, and a lot of them are like running back to the edge. They're a little hesitant. Uh, some of the little fey creatures, the sprites and such, are flitting forward, seemingly intent on sticking with you. Auntie Fingers is, as always, doing her own thing. Um, as it dips down into the ground, the Corrid, though, seems to be interested. You've seen them burrow in the past, and this one uh, seems to have no issues with going down into the ground. Um, the stone giants are also uniquely suited to uh, sort of subterranean existence. Um, and they are kind of cautiously watching for now, the two of them. Maybe after the loss of Ugtag, they're a little more hesitant to just throw themselves into it. In fact, you guys probably, well, no, Ugtag's body was not there when you came past. Who knows what could have happened to that? Um, but they're kind of hanging back for the moment, but observing, watching as you drop down very intently, seemingly very calm. They grab you all together. Those who are at the more of the periphery of the spiral going down, you find that eventually, after about a minute, uh, everything seems to come to a halt. There's a jolt that rushes through everything as it seems like something is like impacted down below, and it all comes to a stop. And Cat, since you were a little bit further back, you find that you have some ways to go descending this narrow spiraling staircase that's going down to meet up with the others. Um, presumably Ryland and Soren as well.
Oh yeah, if the floor starts again, I would have sat down to write it down.
Okay. Um, it's not long until you reach the center and bottom of the ramp. And you see that that central circular plate that Seven was riding on has receded and dropped all the way down into the ground of a chamber beneath the spiral, beneath the ghost light. It's dark here, but not pitch black. There's a faint blue glow in the air that seems to rise up from what almost look like a stone. Oh, what's the word? It just escaped me. I remember it from my church days. The thing that you hold the holy water in, a font. There's a few of these stone fonts that rise up out of the ground. They have strange, spiky, almost organic pattern to them. But they're filled with some sort of blue glowing liquid which gives off enough light to faintly illuminate the space around you. You can see that you have descended down into yet another circular chamber. This one supported by more columns that rise up to the ceiling above you, which also have a spiraling pattern to them. And they almost look like hexagons that are just twisting up and up and up towards the ceiling. You can also see that in this room beneath the ghost light, there is an opening, a passageway, which leads somewhere deeper under the ground. You can even make out perhaps a handful of stairs that have been carved into the stone and keep on descending.
You
I'm
know,
going to move you guys onto the map.
I'm not going to lie. I forgot how much I found these ghost lights to be deeply, deeply uncomfortable.
I feel like
appreciate
this
it.
is like just like Vengeance's home. Dark, underground, a little bit moist.
I can't hear you up there, but I feel like you're talking shit.
He is not. Oh god.
Oh my god, how big? Holy fucking Christ!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man, you know it's been a while since we've
I
been
can't see
about
shit.
my dungeon.
The world is black and bleak.
Are you guys looking off the edge of the world? Oh, I
Yes.
forgot.
Yes.
That's unintended.
But an interesting effect.
I just see
It's
darkness.
like walking through a fog wall.
Yeah, kind of. This should take care of it.
There we go.
I still just see black.
Why?
I don't know.
We're not concerned about you right now, Vengeance.
Hi, sir.
Dynamic lighting is on. Explorer mode's on. You have dark vision. There's even light sources in the room, so you should Why does your token not have vision?
Probably because whenever he gave you his new picture.
Probably because it's a new one.
Wow,
My bad, dude.
Pat, way to
My
fuck
fault.
up the
Totally my fault.
game.
There we go.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Go play
It's like
drinking
Sam
question,
Fisher,
nerd.
fucking cat flips down the goggles at night.
Oh, now mine went dark.
Well, that seems like a glitch because you've got vision.
Imagine like we rode all the way down and like Vengeance is barely above 7 and just like the fuck was that? little warning next time, Seven.
Warning. You want a warning?
Well, yes, before we plummet like 60 feet would have been nice.
We didn't plummet. We descended.
Very rapidly, which means plummet.
That is not what plummet means.
You eat
Look,
plums.
I don't have a dictionary to prove you wrong, so we'll agree to disagree.
What is a dictionary? Like an almanac?
Oops.
It's like a thesaurus, but just words and
What is a
definitions.
thesaurus?
Are you telling me that you make fun of me?
Cat has a little smirk on her face. I'm sorry, Vengeance. I can't help it. You just make it too easy. You're doing such a good job, by the way.
He's just gonna not acknowledge you exist anymore.
So, my friends, this is different than the last one.
Why do we always go to these shitty caves?
I knew someone was gonna say that. Cave
Vengeance, Vengeance, we have been to very, very strange places. This is like maybe number 6 of the strangest places we've been.
No. My comment is, why can't we go to a nice cave? Like, my home is a very nice cave. This
What
cave is
nice
not so
caves
much.
are there?
My home is very nice. Very nice cave.
Nice. There are no nice caves.
Don't you insult my home.
Why
I
would
didn't
you
insult-
ever
I
wanna
didn't
live in a
insult your home.
cave?
For privacy. It makes perfect sense.
Couldn't you just put a door on a house?
Yeah, there's a door above the home that leads into it. It's a secret door.
Oh. Ayo, what is this?
From up here, I would say it looks like a femur.
A
Or
femur?
not a femur, lower leg. Maybe arm bone?
I'm sorry, this is a bone?
That's what it looks like.
Does it appear to be bone or mineral? Like what does it look like?
I take a nature check. This is it. This is your guys' weak stat.
Only because Nimue is not here.
I'm going to murder you guys. Punish you for your low nature scores.
Hey,
I've
nature's
found it.
intelligence. That's not her stat either.
I found the
Yeah,
weakness
she has good
in
nature,
your
though.
in your
The weakness.
In your
that's gonna
party.
Kill,
A
that'll kill
crux.
the whole party.
Man, if only they had better nature scores.
We're all city slickers, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryland.
Which is surprising for Ryland.
Yeah.
It's intelligence, guys.
Hey, I got a 22. It's not too bad.
Oh, you got a 22. I didn't even see that one up there.
Yeah, nature's an in thing.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Okay. Seven's doing just fine. Sorry, I didn't see your check. I just saw the abysmal ones beneath it. I just
hurtful.
selectively ignored the 22. Let's see. 7. It's bone. It's very old bone. It looks like it has fossilized, which in a way makes it a mineral too. But it's definitely bone.
Yeah. No response to that. Seven's too busy wondering what has a bone this big to mention the fact that he recognizes it as fossilized bone.
Maybe it is a very shiny rock. And the cat's gonna reach out with a gloved hand and like poke it.
Yeah, cat. It's down in a pit. You actually have to kind of like slide down a slope about 5 feet down. to get nearer to it. It is very, very hard. It doesn't look like fresh bone. Uh, it looks almost more like rock than something that would come out of a living creature.
Cat, as someone who has dug up a few graves, it's definitely old bone.
Hmm.
Think about the broth you can make with this thing.
That would be very good. My Fey friends, and she's gonna call up to the to the sprites lying around.
Hmm.
What do you think? You think this is like the Titan?
Um, they flit around a little bit, inspecting it. And can they speak? They can speak common. They can talk to you. Um, they uh, they flit down towards Cat, and one of them uh, pipes up saying, "Uh, like the Great Titan, yes, but perhaps the Titan's great grandsire."
Oh. I know. Now, what is something like this doing way down here?
Well, it's probably where they died, Cat.
Way down here.
Or maybe this wasn't always a lake with an island above it.
Way down here.
But maybe
Soren
Okay.
Soren kind of heard bone, and he steps up, looks down, and he says, "A shame such a thing has fossilized. Stones don't work so well for necromantic purposes." I know some individuals in the Empire who would have been quite keen on such a find if it was fresher.
Oh, Safine. With his and or her giant bone thing. I don't want to say fetish.
All right, so from where I'm standing, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 tunnels we could choose to go down. 2 behind me, and then 2 over here.
Hmm. Oh, we are going this way. And Cat's gonna quickly like clamber up and start following Seven.
Bone, and then right back up the other side.
Ooh, this map's a little laggy.
It's definitely lagging. I don't think it was that. It's not. It's big, but it's not that big.
I'm not lying. I think he just has a poor computer.
I'm having some lagging. Um, what is all y'all's passive perceptions?
I don't want to talk about it.
20.
11.
14.
14.
Was that who had
Me.
11?
Oh, not me. I had 20.
Who's
That was me.
that was you? Kat, you are starting to, like, the others are kind of circling around, making their way to the south. You start to clamber out of the little impression here in the ground, where it's clearly been excavated. In fact, I didn't make any mention of, and I don't think anybody else mentioned, there are quite a few tools that are scattered around in this pit. Shovels, pickaxes, chisels, all manner of digging implements that have been left down here. And Kat, you are about to step out. You're kind of like up over here as the others are circling around when you notice the handle of a shovel not far from you just kind of slip and slide over to come to rest on its side, just a few feet away from you.
I'm sorry, what?
One of the shovels that was kind of leaning up against the side, it just slipped and fell over.
I look and I stare at the shovel, and I stare and where what could have knocked it over.
And you see that there is a little nook in the wall of the excavation that was apparently being blocked by the shovel. Now that it has tumbled to the side, you can see this little nook on the ground, and you thought you saw something moving in it.
Guys, slowly but deliberately, just holding up her hand, drawing her sword. Hello?
What? We're up here.
Kaz clearly bending down, looking in the nook.
You look down into the nook. Why don't you give me an initiative roll?
For fuck's sake. Fuck.
Ooh, too high.
Cat, you see that whatever is in the nook has turned towards you. It looks like a little critter with a body and legs, but it's dark and you can't really make out the head or if it has a tail or something like that. It's on all fours, but you can tell that it's spun around and is getting ready to charge out at you.
Oh shit. Do I have time to react?
You do. You are first in initiative.
Cool. I'm going to. Where would this little nook be? Like around here?
Like
Is
in the
it-
square above you.
Oh, this one right here.
Being in the hole.
And it's like charging down south. I think.
Yeah, it's charging at your face since you're leaning down to look
Oh.
at it.
I see. Okay. Would you say it's within melee range?
Well, it's definitely got some cover from you in that hole. I'd say like 3/4 cover. It's a pretty narrow little nook, but you could try to stab it before it gets out.
Yeah, I could. How fast is this thing moving? What do you think?
I mean, it's gonna pounce out at you, clearly.
Okay. Then I'm going to step out, just back like this, a little bit further. I'll raise up my shield. Get ready to go.
All right. The thing in the hole comes out of the hole.
Oh my god, no. No!
Fuck is
No,
that?
no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god, I gotta kill this thing quick.
It enters your reach.
Oh my god, I gotta get this thing dead right now.
15 is a hit.
Okay, flipping the fuck out, guys. This is not good.
What is it?
It's just a brain.
So is that 25 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right. You swipe at the thing instinctively as it just pounces up at you. And you cleave it right into. It's soft and squishy, and your blade cuts straight through it like hot butter. The two halves splat to the ground to either side of you, and its legs twitch for a few seconds before it lays still. And as it lays there, you can get a real good look at it. It's a funny looking little thing. You couldn't see a head or a tail, just the body, and you realize it doesn't really have a head or a tail. The body seems to be made out of a brain, which you have now cut right in half. You can see all the funny bits of the brain inside, and it's got legs on it, legs on either side.
What's that?
Which, as the last of its life, ekes out of it.
Max knows what that is, but does Cat know what that is?
He's-
I don't think Cat would have any knowledge of this thing.
What is that? One of Brian's cousins? Gotta get the callbacks in.
I still don't know who and what that is, but it looks 7. Zaychik.
7.
7 grumbles and comes hustling over and says, "What is it?"
She holds the 2 legs with the brain and starts like letting them flap together.
You killed Brian?
No, I don't think this was Brian. I never actually had an introduction to him. By the way, I would like to meet him. But yeah, no, it just pounced at me out of that hole.
Does 7 recognize this creature?
Oh, give me a good old Arcana, which is kind of a formality for 7.
Oh,
God.
But I
Natural
guess you
one.
could roll a 1. Oh,
I mean, it's still a 10.
it's still a 10, which is what the average person knows on an average day. It's also apparently what 7 knows on his worst day. You know that it looks like a brain. You know that brains don't normally have legs. You definitely don't like the thought of a brain creature, especially one that pounced at Cat. But unfortunately, I'm not sure that there's much more 7 knows about it, especially not without having observed it in anything but this cloven in half state.
7 stares at it for a second and then looks back at Cat and says, "Looks dead."
Hey, we got another bone in here, guys.
Spasibo, Zaychik. Spasibo. And she's gonna call out to the rest of the fake creatures. Watch out for little brain creatures.
Hey, where'd Vengeance go? Did he
Hey,
walk off
over
again?
here.
And do not go off by yourself.
There's another bone in here, but it's just a dead end.
Why is Vengeance going off by himself? Did he not just see me kill a brain that
I'm
hopped
right
out?
here, Cat. Why are you
Gosh.
yelling?
You have to stop going off by yourself.
I was 2 feet away.
In my country, we call that the bailiff maneuver.
I don't know what that means.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Okay.
Suggest we pick up our pace. We don't know what else is down here.
Like I said,
Let's
it's
not-
just a bone up and a dead end over here, 7. So, next tunnel, I guess.
Let's not wait around so that more of these things can show up and swarm us.
Okay. If this
Uh,
other thing comes out of nowhere.
There's a small tunnel over here.
What?
Over here. This way to the left.
I went inside something. Did I go inside something?
No, no. Ryland, up north.
Why am I inside something?
Maybe Nimue and I'll go north a bit to see what's
I
over
wanna
there.
check this room.
Wait, why am I? Oh.
What room?
Uh,
Oh, this one down here.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Anyways, come on too.
would someone come here? Someone else come here.
We're
I see
busy,
someone.
Vengeance. We're
I see
looking at
someone.
this room. Don't worry.
I see someone.
Anthony, I think I may. My whole screen is grayed out for some reason.
Probably because you have no light source, and it's dark.
Oh, I have the goggles of.
Oh, you
night.
do have goggles of night. Actually, that's funny. There is a light source, so why can't you see? Even without the goggles, you should see.
Maybe
I was
she
able to
slipped
see it.
underneath, technically, like underneath, like in the wall or something. Cause I've seen
Oh,
that
yeah.
happen before.
Goggles gives you what, 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah, I'm inside something.
Oh,
Oh, there we
thank
go.
you for
Perfect.
thank you for coming, Seven. But yeah, I see someone down the hall here. Should I call out to them, or what do you think?
Let's wait for the others.
Go. I don't know what it is. Yellow skin. Looks like a woman. Pointy ears. Little nose.
Would that be?
Goblin?
Maybe, I don't know.
Sounds like a goblin.
I guess Rylan, since you've gone off into this other room, and you're lingering here, what are you doing in this chamber?
I just wanted to check it, kick around the tools a little bit, see if anything's being covered up in here, or if
Everything's
it's
being covered up.
just
Yeah,
bones sticking out of the wall.
perception.
Yeesh.
Looks like it's just another gigantic bone coming out of the wall. Same orientation as the last one, kind of north to southish. That's what you see here too. It looks like someone was put some effort into digging here, unearthed the bone, but it's still mostly, you imagine, in the wall if the other one is anything to go by. And once again, the tools are abandoned. You do notice some other remains, though, much smaller bones that are scattered around here, including a humanoid skull. They look fresher. Still long dead, but not fossilized in the way that these giant bones are.
Seven, I think she has a monocle on.
Oh, that's all. I'll make my way out of here.
It's a monocle?
I think this person I see has a monocle on. That or a really large one eye. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance.
Vengeance, you do indeed. If you peer through, there's kind of a zigzaggy hall up ahead of you, but you can make out that there's some sort of unusually shaped chamber. Looks like maybe there's a couple of alcoves there, and something that you Vengeance, the best way Vengeance can probably describe it is something that looks like a casket with the top open, revealing the face of a vaguely humanoid creature with indeed this yellowish, slightly greenish skin, a very small nose, pointed ears, and that's about all you can make out from here.
I think that's a monocle too.
There may be a monocle.
Go.
Alright,
Okay, Vengeance,
should
I'm only going to say this once.
Seeing as everybody's behind us, let's just go in and introduce ourselves. It's
what
no
were you
point
gonna,
talking about it.
what were you gonna say, Kat?
Oh, I am only going to say this the one time since you have been doing such a good job. Go touch it. Or go say hi.
Then it's gonna start in the hall, and looks like as he enters, hello. What the fuck?
Oh boy.
He's gonna stop right here and be like, I need an adult.
Anthony, what are we seeing?
I need an adult. Someone else come here.
I'm just gonna walk inside.
Yeah, Cat, you step in and you're looking into a room that is almost shaped like the petals
what this is.
the petals of a flower. Um it has 6 alcoves. Each of one has a strange casket-like device made of metal, which is enclosing an individual. You see more of these yellow-skinned beings, male and female, that are enclosed within. Their eyes are shut, and they have very neutral expressions on their faces, but they appear gaunt, and drawn and wrinkled with age.
Oh God, Anthony, you had to do this to me, man. Th- what's in the middle of the room?
In the middle of the room is a pool of more of that glowing liquid that you found in the fonts elsewhere in here. It illuminates the chamber, and if you look down into it, you feel like you can see shapes swimming around in its depths. Hard to tell how deep it is.
Um,
I suppose Seven is drawn most to these caskets, so he's gonna approach one.
Yeah, I'll move the figure for a second so you can kind of see the weird casket with just the head and maybe a little bit of the neck and shoulders sticking out the top.
how is this down here? Why is this down here?
Chat, you look uncomfortable. What is it?
Uh, that's not Cat. That's Max.
Oh God,
but
is it something you made before, Max, or?
no, don't worry about it. Cat does look
Okay.
uncomfortable though.
Is this a Baldur's Gate 3 thing?
Are they alive? And Ben's gonna like reach a hand out to feel like if this one has a pulse.
At that same moment, Cat's gonna like take a closer look at the pool.
um Vengeance, you reach out. I should say, for those of you, actually all of you were there for it. I don't know why I keep thinking Vengeance wasn't there. Vengeance was there. Those of you who saw uh Evan Dijkstra when he dropped his human guys, he looked very much like these individuals. The same skin, the same almost non existent nose, the same large pointed ears.
Okay, fascinating.
But
Um,
as Vengeance is reaching out, you lay your hand on the neck of this individual, this woman here, feeling for a pulse, and her skin is cold, not frozen like you might expect here deep beneath the Arctic ice, but definitely cool to the touch. And at first there's nothing, but then after a few seconds you feel the slightest pulse in her neck, and then a few seconds later you feel it again, very faint. As you reach out and touch her, Cat, you're staring into the pool, and suddenly the surface of the pool begins to ripple and break, and you see a figure rising out of the pool, made of this viscous liquid, It looks, if you look around the room, you realize it looks a little bit like this man here, but rendered in the liquid. And he is seemingly in a sort of a casual stance. He's kind of leaning on to one side, almost as if he was like leaning against a table or something like that. And he begins to speak. You hear words in a strange tongue, but simultaneously you hear what must be their translation in your head, as the figure seems to be dictating or relating something to someone. But he says the following. The Elder's intuitions proved accurate. The parasite was found not far from the phlogistomic locus nearest the planet's negative pole. It has been relocated at great cost to a sepulchre beneath the locus. A local dwarven population has proven useful in these efforts. It appears the remains of the megafauna are resistant to the parasite's psionic effects, making the site ideal for masking our operations. As it develops, it will one day be able to observe and influence its surroundings, except that which is closest to it. A satisfying irony. And then the form drops back down into the liquid, and the little pool there goes still once again.
Fantastic. I think this was the last piece of the puzzle we needed.
Cat is trying to translate the comment in her head as she's trying to understand the word. like, and she's like, I have no idea what the hell is going on here, but
So,
I have a feeling that Eben Dijkstra knew much more than he was letting on. Or if not, he was a very, very dumb one of. She points back at these creatures in the coffins.
did Eben
No.
Dijkstra say the queen was the parasite or Sobel?
I think that they are saying the queen, but I. Yo, this is
I'm not
quickly.
mistaken. Sobel isn't really Sobel. He's one of these creatures we're seeing here.
I'm not sure. And she looks back at these creatures and Eben Dijkstra and thinks about Eben Dijkstra. I don't think.
I believe that Dijkstra and Sobel were kin, in a way. Related.
I don't think so. Why would they be here? And why would they want to destroy? And she's going to kind of peer closely at one of these creatures in the casket. That doesn't make sense. There's I think we are missing something.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think any of these people around us are awake to give us any more information.
Maybe Sobel and Eben come from the same place.
Sobel chose to exploit the powers of this parasite. Turn a fledgling conscience into a being we know as the Fey Queen. Perhaps Dijkstra knew that what he was doing was wrong.
Can't we wake these folks up?
I don't know what kind of sleep they're in, but and Vander's gonna point the woman in front of him, but she's barely got a pulse here. So either they're all on the verge of death, or they got some kind of weird technology here keeping them pretty close to it.
Ryland's gonna peer into whatever this is. Is there anything in it?
Yeah. I looked into it before, and
Oh.
there were things swimming in it, and that's what like rose up and spoke as this guy here. Because Kat's trying to figure this out as like a military commander, and what she is seeing here, and she's kind of relating this all, is this doesn't seem like a barracks, even some weird stasis of some kind. It seems more like a prison almost.
It looks like a tomb.
And she leans forward. You don't keep alive people in the tomb. And she kind of peers closer at this one. This one must have been the leader. Whatever is keeping them here. Perhaps defeated them.
Is there any like buttons or anything on the things in front of us, like holding them? Because I see in the picture it looks like there's like a blue crystal or something in front of all of them.
Yeah, they do have these glowing blue crystals embedded in them. Yeah, you've probably glowing blue crystals usually mean magic of some kind. Take an investigation check. Vengeance, you ponder over this. It looks like maybe the crystals can be, they're set in these oh god,
Recesses.
I'm losing words today. They're in like settings, metal settings that are holding them, and it looks like maybe they can be rotated or moved around. But it's you're not really sure what does what. There's one that's kind of long and pointy, and another one that's rounder, and the long and pointy one seems to be at a slight angle. You're not sure what it's all trying to indicate.
Hey, Cat, look. If they're being held here, I don't know how to work these crystals. I can fiddle with them if you want and see if maybe it does something, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
To be completely honest, and she's looking at these rather closely. If I understand the tone and message of that record we found, it doesn't seem like they were, I don't know, necessarily here to help. But which makes me think, if Eben Dijkstra was part of these people, these things, why didn't he just say so? Why wouldn't he just tell us, or tell us more about this? They have to. He had to have known.
Maybe he was a part of this early on or before and thought we wouldn't trust him.
What even are they? I don't. Aside from Evan Dijkstra, I've never seen this type of person before.
Kat thinks back. Did Dijkstra actually tell us what he was? Did he tell us he was Gith?
I believe he did. I believe he told you that his people were called the Gith and that they were not from this plane.
Right. Ah, Soren.
Just the person we need.
I've been here all along.
Yeah, but you weren't in this room, so we kind of forgot about you because we were kind of taken aback.
These creatures are. They don't belong here. We can't trust them. You want to just leave them in stasis?
Well, to be fair, with that comment, Seven, I shouldn't be here either.
Well, we're all here just by the good grace of Eldath. Let's just be forthright with it.
If you are not from another plane,
It does. where all my
Are you-
kind comes from is.
Are you from another plane?
Okay, look, Cat, everyone knows tieflings are because a demon decided to fuck some random person back in the day, and now we're all here. Anyway,
Not talking about your ancestors' heritage, vengeance. I'm talking about beings coming here to Yon and fucking around with the natural order.
well,
I'm talking
Seven,
about creatures that had something to do with the creation of the force that we now call the Fake Queen.
if you want to get technical with it, the whatever you want to call that thing
I
that
don't think
popped
they
out of,
wanted to
out
get
of the
technical
hole.
with it.
The hole said they were there when the dwarves were still a thing, so that's a pretty long time ago, I'd say. So they've been here a hot minute.
One thing that I am thinking of, this record, it said the philoscotonogic locus. Is that talking about the crown?
Yeah, maybe. But isn't a
And-
locust a flower?
And this other word, megafauna. That that means plant, yes?
Oh, yeah, they're just big plants.
So
Oh.
if the dwarven population, okay, and she thinks back, and she's really pacing. You can see like the gears turning in her head, you know. Okay, the locus near the plant's negative pole, sepulcher between the locus. This is. And she starts swearing and snarl,
So
like trying to figure it out.
I think what you're saying there is whatever caused the destruction of the dwarves was to destroy that fauna, which is why that heat's
No.
now there, so it can't grow
No.
back.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is the fake queen a plant?
Why don't we just
I-
ask these things? Rylan just like leans
What
into the
are you
bowl,
talking about?
like leans forward towards the bowl and goes, "Hello, do you understand me?"
Where the hell is your mind going? You're just wandering all. You don't even know what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it.
I know you. We can tell you don't know. Just shut up.
I
Yeah, Cat, be quiet for a second. Let me talk to this thing.
Cat, do you need
Hello, Rylan
Do you need a
Nalo
hug,
here.
Cat?
would like a hug.
Oh my god.
Can you understand me? Do you talk?
What are you talking to?
I just got my head like above this bowl.
The bowl doesn't respond. But you do still see the things moving around under its surface.
Well, I mean, it kind of talked right after I checked her pulse. Maybe if you touch another one, it'll say something else.
Good idea then. Just gotta come over here, put both hands on both their shoulders, kind of give them a shake, be like, Rylan Nalo here. Can you understand me?
Imagine Ryland in like a Ryland Nalo. It's like a cancer ward, just being like Ryland Nalo here. Just pray to Eldath and the cancer will go away.
Ryland, you kind of gently shake this one here, and you can tell that the casket thing that she's in is holding her pretty firmly. She doesn't really move too much, but her head kind of bobs forward and back a little as you shake her. And as you do that, once again the surface of the liquid ripples, and then that same form appears there and begins to repeat the same thing that you already heard going on about the elders' intuitions and so on.
See, Cat's really trying to work this one out.
unless you guys want to start fiddling with these freaking gems here, think it's time to move on.
Maybe we should take one of these folks out with us. See what happens.
Again, that involves fiddling with these gems here.
Oh, I'll fill with the gem.
You want to fiddle with the gems?
Yeah, they're locking them in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little fiddle with the gems.
I'll fiddle with the gems also up here then.
You're fiddling with the hope to maybe what?
To be able
Open
to,
the casket?
get this person out.
Get this person out. Take an investigation check.
Perfect.
Oh, did you guys? Who made all those investigation checks before? What was that for?
That's when he was looking at the gem.
We were looking at it,
Okay.
and I guess I was looking again to try to figure it out now.
Copycat.
Vengeance, you're messing with the little gems that you can see that you can rotate them. They're in a few different shapes and orientations, and a couple of them spin, a couple of them are on little like sliders. And you're not entirely sure what you're doing, but you're moving them around, and then all of a sudden you hear this low tone that's almost as much in your head as in your ears. It goes, and then you feel like you did something wrong, and you quickly put it back the way it was, and the sound stops. Ryland, you are fidgeting, and you also hear the sound, but you kind of lost track of how things were originally orientated, and that sound continues.
If it keeps going, I'm just hitting the gym with the metal rod that I have, the rod of peace or whatever it is. I'm just gonna start hitting it.
And you can see little hisses of what look like steam starting to come out of the casket, spraying in the figure's face.
Uh-oh. Vengeance, get over there. Put this back the way it was. I'm still trying to figure this out. I think the locus is the ghost light.
Oh no, I'm trying to break
You see Cat out with like a piece of paper. She's like furiously scribbling it down, trying to make like a word map, like a thought bubble.
No, I'm going for gold here. I'm taking a home run swing at this gym.
You're just trying to break it now?
Yeah, it's just making this weird noise in my head. Yeah, I'm trying to break it.
All right, give me a strength check.
Oh, good. I'm not gonna do so. What are the chances?
You take a swing with the rod at the front of the casket, and it dings off of it. You see one of the little gemstone knobs is knocked loose, and it falls to the ground. The thing is still going and you can see that the gith inside of the casket is starting to kind of seize up a little bit. You think you see a little bit of foam spittle coming out of the corner of her mouth.
I'm jumping in front of Ryan, like pushing him out of the way to try to put it back the way it was.
Seeing you guys are just effing this up royally, seven steps over. These caskets, I assume, have some kind of way of opening. So he's just gonna try to do his thing, and he's just gonna point at one and say open or whatever.
Um,
You hear a crack as he points at the casket thing object, and
nice.
just tells it to unlock.
All right. Yeah, you completely bypass the any dials or controls or anything on this casket, and you just go right to speaking with the metal that the casket is made out of, and you command it to open, and you can hear the sound of what sound like several latches or locks that are snapping open in rapid succession, and suddenly the casket opens in two halves, and the woman falls forward. And I guess she just falls on the ground.
Rylan, weren't you trying to help her out? Are you
Sorry.
not gonna like catch her or something?
I had food in my mouth. I was gonna say I would have caught her because I pushed Rylan out the way.
Yeah,
Everyone
let me
just
switch
watches.
spots here with you, Vengeance.
Everyone watches as she just collapses to the ground now. Vengeance
No,
then
I would have caught her.
rushes forward, catches her. She still seems to be seizing from what you can see. Her body is convulsing, and more foam is forming on her lips.
Can we get a doctor or something here? Hold up. The fuck's going on here?
Can I like medicine check this to see what the fuck? If I've seen something like this happen before.
Sure, you can make a medicine check. You don't know exactly what's causing it, Rylan, but you have seen a seizure before. You understand that in the state right now, you don't think there's anything you can do to help this person end the seizure. You don't even know what their biology is, but you do know that one of the more important things is simply to lay them down, cushion their body parts, give them something to bite down on so they don't bite their own tongue off, and just kind of keep them from hurting themselves, and sort of hope for the best, hope that it passes.
Rylan would relay that to Vengeance there.
Vengeance is gonna do everything that he says to do. Out of character, if someone is actually having a seizure, do not put something in their mouth.
Do not put something in their mouth.
That is very frowned upon now.
Very dangerous. Don't do that. Rylan knows that.
I'm a smart cookie.
But yeah, Vengeance is gonna do whatever he says.
I studied at Morton Medical.
Okay. You sort of secure her, try to make sure she doesn't hurt herself. And after about a minute or so, the convulsions lessen into simple muscle twitches. And from what you can tell, Vengeance, her pulse has quickened a little bit. Perhaps too much. Perhaps she was coming out of whatever state she was in too quickly. And that's what led to the seizure. But she seems to be a little bit more stable now. You think that maybe with a little maybe time to rest and recover, or perhaps some sort of treatment, you might be able to wake her.
Hey, so her heart rate's going zoom zoom. So she's probably gonna be asleep for a minute, unless y'all know how to control that.
Well, it doesn't seem like she needs, divine healing in this moment. I don't know if that would help.
Is the alarm still going off?
The alarm stopped when Vengeance forced the casket open. 7. Sorry. Oh my god.
Right. All
I don't know
the
why.
while,
I don't know why I got this in my head and I can't get it out.
all the while, maybe it's because they're both featured prominently with red. Their
Maybe.
character art. But
They both got V's in their names.
yeah. So all the while this has been happening, Kat's been like off in her own little world, like writing this stuff down on a parchment, like trying to. She put down like Sobel and the Fake Queen and the Ghost Light on one side, and like is using keywords on the other side. And she's like drawing lines from one to another, and she's like, sepulcher. That is a tomb. The tomb is underneath the locust, and you see her like drawing a little diagram. So she's trying to figure this out. But she's like, okay, I think I figured. Oh, you got the casket open. That is good. How is she doing?
She's unconscious, and honestly, we don't know when she'll come to. I think we should just bring her with us.
Cat, as you're the strongest, I suggest you carry her.
I mean, we have two giants with us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we can make them carry her. I really don't want to.
I don't want the possibility of, losing another one of our pals in case this doesn't go well.
I mean, is she a friend?
Is she a friend?
You know, I've been thinking about that. With Eben Dijkstra, right? And you could see her going full Charlie Day now. Like Eben Dijkstra said he's been here for a long time, right? Watching this, like he's been fomenting resistance for a long time, but he focused almost entirely on the Fake Queen. I think his real target was Sobel. And I'll tell you why. The Fake Queen, when she said, just a few hours ago or a few minutes ago, I don't know, when she said he was the first one there when she died, or when she was gone. I have a feeling, and bear with me here. The megafauna that they're talking about, right? They're talking about it will be able to observe and influence all in its environment except which is closest to it. Thus the Fake Queen. Maybe through manipulation instead of influence. Something, maybe Dijkstra, not Dijkstra, maybe Sobel, maybe he is the parasite they're talking about. And these people were here to find him. That's why they moved here, trying to find it. Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy.
Yeah, Cat, you're a little nutty. That made about as much sense as anything that comes out of Vengeance's mouth half the time.
I make a lot of sense.
I
You
said
guys
half-
just
I
don't like
just-
to listen.
I said half the time, not all the time. Don't get offended.
Look,
I think you're crazy, Cat. I think you may be jumping to some conclusions. They might be right. But I think there's only going to be one way for us to be sure.
and
Us to
that
find
involves-
this.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, please, cut him off. It's good.
And that involves us getting out of here and moving on. We did come here looking for Sobel, so let's grab her and move.
Yes, that is true. I would like to very much kill Sobel, but I'm just wondering if we know what we are getting into. But it's whatever. I'm gonna keep the word bubble though. I like this, so I'm going to shove it in my pack and keep going.
Do you want me to create a Tensor's floating disc to put her on? Just follow us around.
I will
guess that
carry
works.
her for a while, but it would make sense. I thought.
All right, carry her.
All right, I'll carry the unconscious gift. That's probably a bad idea to carry around, but whatever. I'll carry around.
Maybe you just let our wizard do what he said he was going to do. Make a floating disc.
Fine. Do whatever you want. It's all good.
Fine, I'll make a floating disc. We'll plop her on there. She can just follow us around for a bit.
Okay.
Ryland, do you want to go back to that room you were trying to look at earlier, or what?
No, there wasn't anything important or worth noting in there. It was just a big bone.
All right, let's try north.
Dravi, stay, my friends. Have you found anything more?
Uh, the many soldiers are like staring in every direction, absolutely gobsmacked by this strange place. And you could see that it doesn't even look like they've bothered to, they haven't even dared to come down that staircase. The two giants are standing staring down at the giant bone and having some sort of conversation with each other in giantish, apparently about the bone.
Come on, let's go, you bastards. Do you want to live forever?
That is no way to address our valued allies.
So it looks like it goes left or right up here. I can't see too much to the left.
I see a pool of water, and looks like it goes to the left.
But it looks like we got another bone to the left. Oh, what? Maybe that is water. Yeah. Man, you got good eyesight. Good job. Well, it does look like there's another bone over there too.
I was talking about to the right. I
Oh.
see.
Well,
I guess we're going left.
your opinion is also valued there too.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Cat already went left. And of course it fucking forks again.
Cat, there's a pool of more of that liquid, more little swimmy floaty things around. And more tunnel up ahead. You think maybe you see more bits of bone sticking out of the ground?
Let's go quickly this way. Just for a moment. I don't know if there's much up here, but we might as well take a look.
Cat, you go a little further that way, and you see another pit. It looks like there was more excavation around here. Maybe they just started digging at one of the bones here, but it doesn't look like they were nearly as successful or got as far.
They
This one looks like it goes a little farther, she calls as she like gets a little closer into the pit. Hey, out of curiosity, what do kind of glancing at these other bones over here and like that we've been seeing, do we have a good knowledge of what species it might have been?
Well, definitely humanoid. That much you can tell at a glance. I'd take a medicine check. You know me,
Yeah.
I love my checks.
I mean, yeah, I just don't know if that medicine would be the best check for me. Oh, what?
Oh, for you, my bad.
Ryland.
Don't want to take your steam.
No,
Yeah.
go for it.
Let Cat roll a medicine check.
Oh man.
Jeez, for once let Cat roll a they're dwarven bones.
Okay.
You can
Why
tell
are
the skulls are a little bit broader and heftier looking. and the bones are kind of stout and also quite thick. As you're looking at the bones, though, you hear a clicking and clattering sound as you see some of the bones beginning to pull themselves together. They begin to mass up in that corner where they appear to have been heaped. Ryland, I see you moving away.
Since I was
If
doing
bones
the
are starting
check,
to move,
can I
Anthony,
move?
yeah, Ryland is scattering.
Good thing I'm
if
nowhere
bones
near
are-
any of you guys.
If
You
bones
guys
are starting to move together, can I move closer?
Man, I'm just trying to give a dramatic description to this thing.
Good.
The
Oh
bones
my
assembling
god!
themselves. It's a swarming pile of bones that forms up. It's not quite as distinct as in that token, because they're all sort of jumbled together, and when they pull themselves together, they remain jumbled. But you see this pile of reaching uh, arm bones, and phalanges as this thing starts dragging itself towards you. I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Oh
Sucks for you, Cat.
man. Oh man.
I mean, the rest of you can roll initiative too, not just Cat. Not just Cat this time. Where did
Right.
Soren get to? You guys left Soren way behind.
Guess I can pull up Nimue sheet too.
Ventus, why is that number red?
I don't
Because
know.
He has advantage.
No, I don't.
Oh. Then why
Yes,
is it
you
red?
do. You have advantage on your initiative rolls, plus charisma.
Oh, okay. Whatever you said. He kind of helped make that character sheet anyway.
All right. It's got a roll.
Like how everyone beat its roll except Cat.
Oh, don't make fun of Kat. She's trying her best, okay? She's got a lot on
You
her
know
mind.
She's doing great.
That 16 that I rolled for the first encounter was probably the highest I've rolled in initiative in this entire fucking campaign.
Vengeance, you're up first.
Seeing as I am not even in the same room. I
Yeah,
have
you
no
probably have no
clue
idea
what's going on. Is there anything interesting in going on in this room?
Yeah, this room is kind of interesting, in that it's not that interesting. There's no bones in here, no strange creatures, nothing at all that you see. The tunnel does continue on to the west, but if you peer down there with your dark vision, you can see that it looks like it has collapsed, like it's been closed in. Um, you see some tools lying around, and the way that the walls have been marked up, it looks almost as if it was a deliberate cave-in.
Yeah, well. Yeah, nothing going on over here. I guess I'll start heading back. Gonna mosey on back this way. Yeah, I'm just gonna not dash because I don't know we're in combat.
Who was carrying the unconscious body again? Is Cat carrying it, or was it Tensor's?
Tensor's disc.
It's Tensor's disc 20 feet behind Vengeance.
Yep.
7,
Which
7,
one?
7.
Yes.
20 feet behind 7. Got it.
I got it.
Ryland, you're up.
Oh yeah, Ryan saying his 7 Eldath graces and cursing this thing, and then he's shooting it with fire. Some sacred fire, in the form of a flame.
DC 18 dex saving throw against Sacred Flames. The skeletal swarm is going to it's gonna make a dex save. Oh, it passed. Look at that.
The hell?
The individual skeletons scatter in different directions away from the flames, and then they reconvene as they go out.
I don't have a good feeling about whatever this is, y'all. That's it for Ryland.
7.
Man. You know, most fights, I never ever use my second level spell slots. So I made a determined effort to switch up my second level spell slots and try and make them more useful. Which I suppose I did because now I want to use a second level spell and I've only got one slot left. But I think I'm just going to use it anyway. Kind of a classic wizard one. Let's see. What was it here?
Is it magic missile?
That's
Nope. Here it is. Can I do it? Yeah, 7 pulls out Thorn, and you see metallic strands. They look metallic. They look a little shiny. Maybe they're metallic. Cover this thing, and I can link the web spell because I don't know. We haven't really seen it this game.
You know, it's funny. I have other groups that use web all the time, but yeah, you guys don't really use it.
It's a wizard thing, which I probably should use because it's so good. But I don't know. It always just seems tacky to me. Anyway. Yeah,
All right.
I webbed the thing.
It seems tacky. No pun intended. Let's see if it gets webbed. It's a dex. Each creature that starts its turn in the web. Right, it doesn't make the save until it starts its turn. But where do you put the web?
Right in that little alcove it appears to be in.
Just kind of stick it right in there.
Yeah, maybe like to the rear of it so that it's not sticking out in front of Cat.
Like that. Kind of tuck it.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. You tuck the webs in. They begin to festoon the walls like tinsel, and start to stick to the bones. Let's see how well they avoid them on their turn. However, as you're webbing up the skeleton, you see a couple of little rocks begin to shift on the wall to the north of you, 7. And another of those little brain-like creatures emerges. And
Ew.
it begins to run.
Oh, no. Ryland, get out of there.
It actually runs right past you. And it tries to run past Nimue too. Actually, I guess it can run past Nimue because it never leaves her reach. It dashes towards the unconscious body of the Gith woman floating on that disc. But that is its whole turn, dashing that way. It's Nimue's turn. We never really discussed how we were handling this, but is someone controlling her? I assume someone must be if she's joining us.
Yeah, I still have her in my thing, so I can if you If you want to include
Sure.
her in the combat, I can manage that.
Why not?
Oh, okay. Nimue is going to. That one's for the force. That one's for the bludgeoning. Yeah, she's gonna reach out and punch the brain.
Reach out and punch the brain.
With make sure Colossus Slayer has to be with a weapon. If I'm not weapon attack. Okay. Yeah. So first one's gonna be a punch to the brain.
Oh yeah, that's a concussion right there.
Oh yeah.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
So she's gonna follow it up with a rapier strike.
Also a hit.
And she gets Colossus Slayer too.
All right, she punches the brain. She stabs it quickly, and it dies. Actually, it's just a normal rapier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't die for no apparent reason.
Oh, if it's not dying,
she's-
she's gonna spend a key point and flurry of blows.
The 13 hits. These things are not particularly nimble, and she manages with the flurry to smush it into the ground. It's gray matter splattering everywhere.
Good old brain smoothie.
Yum.
Don't ever make that noise again, please.
I don't have anything witty to say as an MY. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's go, gang.
Is that it for Nimue?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll move to the swarm, which has to make a dex save.
Can't possibly pass 2 of them.
It couldn't pass 2. And it doesn't. It becomes ensnared in the webs.
It is restrained. Your attacks have advantage. Its attacks have disadvantage. It can try to break out if it wants to.
It can, and it will try to break out. What's the DC again?
DC 17. Needs to make a
17.
strength check.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's gonna do great on that one. It's gonna do great.
You don't have to
Not
lie.
a save, a check.
Yeah.
It's weird. I didn't know that.
Yep, it's a check, which is a little better because most people, well, you don't get any proficiency on it. So, that's a failure. It is the bones are shaking and rattling and trying to break free of this silvery strands, but are unable to, which means that it is going to waste its turn in the webs there and continue to be restrained. Rocks tumble to the side. And guess who's popping into the room? Boop.
Oh my god. I hate these things.
Hey, at least it's not its turn, right?
This one comes scurrying up to Ryland.
Ryland, whatever you do, don't get hit by it.
And it's going to try to claw at you. I don't know why you guys are so scared. It just rolls a critical hit on its claw attack.
Oh god.
That's
Here
on
we
par
go.
for Ryland.
Critical hit deck for GMs. It's been a while since I've gotten to pull one of these guys out, I feel like.
You gonna go over his face again?
Yeah, he's scarred. Devour intellect. No, that's not what I want. What kind of attack is it? It's slashing damage. Slashing. Ooh, sweep the legs. Ryland, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. That is Nimue, but is that your
no,
sheet?
that's my sheet. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't change it.
That is a failure, which means that as this thing kind of charges at you, it throws itself at you, claws first, grabs into your leg, and yoinks it out from under you. You fall prone on the ground,
Oh,
but
man.
nothing worse than that, and you don't even take double damage. It's just normal damage. As long as there's nothing else in the room, you'll be fine.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It's only going to be 10 points of damage, which is actually a maximum damage roll on it. Slashing. And then, Ryland, as you are now lying on the ground, prone next to it, the little brain thing comes up to your head and starts rubbing its slimy brain body against
Oh
you.
no!
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Do you still have inspiration, sir?
You might
I
want to use
have
that.
one
You're
inspiration.
gonna. There you go. That's...
Ooh. As you as the thing is rubbing itself against your head, you feel your something weird happening to your brain. Have you ever rubbed a magnet over like a monitor, like an old CRT monitor, or or on a hard drive?
Oh yeah, plenty of
Uh,
times.
it kind of like that, but inside your head. But you realize that whatever is happening is really, really bad for your mental health, and you shove the thing off before it can do any real damage. Um, and that is its turn. Cat, you're up.
Do you want some help, Kevin?
I don't know.
He's just
what
making
does-
friends.
What does Cat want to do? It's Cat's turn.
Fuck.
You got a giant shambling mound of skeletons in front of you in a web, and you have Rylan being rubbed up on by a brain like a cat.
Don't say it like that.
You just want some pets, bro.
I don't like leaving you at the mercy of that thing, but I really want to go lock this thing down before it passes a check.
Do what Cat would do.
Yeah, Cat's gonna go fight the big pile of bones. Yeah, she's gonna. You said advantage when it's restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a Great Weapon Master on this one. Oh, of course.
So that's what? That's an 8.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
All right, then I'm just gonna take Great Weapon Master off and swing 2 more times.
Okay, well that's a hit. And that's a hit.
All right, right on. All right.
You want to know what's even better? Both of those would have been hits with Great Weapon Master.
I don't remind me, Anthony. Come on. Great Weapon Master has been such a hit and miss this fucking campaign.
That's the GM dealing psychic damage.
I appreciate that.
That's 28 points of damage right there. Pretty good, considering she wasn't putting her all into it.
Oh, ow. Ow. That hurts, you know.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Vengeance, top of the round. By now you've probably heard the sounds of some crunching, cracking, and some shouts about my brain, my brain.
Should get up there before they notice I wasn't in the room. So, yeah, I'm gonna dash this time. Oh,
Soren standing there.
hey, Soren, something going on in there?
Yes, they seem to be in trouble.
Ah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I can't move anymore, so let's see.
You can't?
You can double dash as a rogue if you want.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You
Fuck.
can bonus action dash.
I always forget about that. Thank you.
I'll step aside so you can keep on running.
There we go. I can see what's going on.
All right, Mr. Nihilo.
Oh yeah, so I'm standing up. But as I'm standing up, I'm basically just gonna reach down and put both my hands on this brain, and I'm up casting an inflict wounds. Let's see, yeah, we'll go here. Oh, I didn't even roll it. Why? Let me actually roll the attack.
That is a hit.
And I gotta add a d10 to this. Oh, there, never mind. Haha.
19 points of damage. It's still alive.
It's a very necrotic looking.
You rot its brain.
I need assistance! That's the end of his turn.
7.
Yeah, 7. I'll try to help out Ryland till he'll chuck a magma bolt at it. And apparently, I really wanted to help a lot.
Let's see what that critical hit card is. Spellstorm, triple damage. Oh my god.
So
Do it just for kicks. I mean, it's so dead. It was dead.
So what's trip? I would roll 9d10 and just
Yeah,
ignore what's there.
Yes, you would roll 90-10. That's exactly what it's saying.
oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, just roll
There you
all
go.
10. All right, 51 points of damage. It was dead at 2 points of damage.
Well, it's I burn the ash down to cinder.
You do. There's nothing left of it. As you hit it with magma. Absolutely incinerated. Anything else?
I see that Vengeance and Nimue are flanking the Gits, so I guess 7 would come up the ramp here, maybe to have a higher viewpoint on everything. That's about it.
Okay. You have a higher viewpoint, and Nimue, aka Kevin.
Yeah, Nimue is gonna move up a little bit, but also seeing all these things coming to the wall, gonna kind of try and stay close to people, and she's just gonna take a longbow shot. Oh, that's not my thing. Dang it, that's her thing. That's what's the name.
It is a hit. 8 points of piercing. Unfortunately, it is skeletons, and it seems to be resistant to being shot at. But she did hit it. Does she get to apply that 2 ranged attacks?
Yeah, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its hit point maximum.
Oh, okay. Very cool. In that case, that'll be slightly more damage. Not much more.
And she's gonna take her second shot.
Okay. Another critical hit. Let's see what we got.
We're getting out of the way before Sobel.
Longbow strikes one of the skeletons right in the head, and apparently strikes it right in the shoulder and deals maximum damage to that skeleton in particular, which would be an 8 on that damage die, which is exactly what was rolled there. So 12 more points of damage, also resisted, but still, she's helping. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for Nimue.
All right. The swarm is still stuck. The swarm is still trying to break free. The swarm is still failing to break free. Web seems to have been a very effective choice on this swarm. This creature's dead, which means Cat is up.
Let's go with 3 more swings. I'll put the first one in Great Weapon Master and see how I do.
All right.
Risk
Yes,
it all.
that
Make them all
hits.
great weapon.
That hits.
All right, maybe one more. Maybe one more.
Well, I should roll the
Do it
damage
again.
on it.
Do it again.
Oof, oof. Maybe one more.
All right. That's 3 hits.
Probably should have rolled the damage on it first.
It was dead after the first one.
Shit. Oh well. Well, that was the only enemy left, so that probably.
Cat overkills the skeletons. Well
She's
done.
just like swinging at the heads or the skulls, making sure they're all cracked before she finally like calms herself down.
Just imagine you're just standing there over there, like swinging at the ground, just.
And that is exactly what I'm doing.
Well, you killed him. You killed them all. And as you stand there looking around, scanning, are there's more of those little brain things gonna pop out of hidden nooks and crannies? No, does not seem so. At least, not for the moment.
Oh, good to see. This tunnel was more fun than the one I went down.
It wasn't really fun. No, it was kind of
Yeah,
scary.
are you okay, Devish? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Kind of. Little scarred. Emotionally.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You're already scarred.
You look fine. What are you talking about?
I don't need this from you guys right now. It's not a good time.
But seriously, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm as good as it was touching a brain to rot in my hands.
I could see what that.
So, you guys want to go north or east?
I'm going to root through this pile of bones real quick. See if there's anything interesting amongst the pile.
Yeah. You, assuming the web is dropped, so you don't find yourself getting stuck in it.
Fair assumption.
Cat, you find that amongst the bones were these, well, you know they were dwarves, and you can see bits of metal, lots of bits of metal. It looks like there's lots of silver on the ground here that was underneath the pile in various forms. You see everything from little arm torques that might be worn around the arm to what do you call them? The circlets that like go in a beard. They would go over a braid. So you see like lots of bits of jewelry and adornments that would have been worn by dwarves. Some old belt buckles. The leather seems to have disintegrated away to nothing. But there's quite a bit of it overall.
Does any of it have like any dwarven house insignia on it? I think we've seen enough of those to kind of get a good read on them.
Yeah, you would probably at least recognize a sigil when you see one, whether you know what clan it would have been is that would be a history check, but you do recognize some sigils amongst them. They are yeah, they're on some of the jewelry. You can give me a history check.
Sure. So I also have proficiency with jeweler's tools.
Oh.
I mean, I do have proficiency in history, but can I finagle a bit of both in there?
A bit of both.
A bit of both in there. I don't know. It's up to you, my man.
Wink, wink,
Unless
nudge,
it's
nudge.
unless it's a straight check, I can just do a straight check.
Yeah, just give me the check. I'm not sure that the
Shit, wrong
jeweler's
one.
tools.
Bad.
The hell is that?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I misclicked. My bad.
Well, you rolled a 20.
Oh.
Yeah. You do recognize this as belonging to another clan, not Torgrin, with which you are familiar, but you see the symbol of Clan Dermong, which is another clan that's kind of widespread, or was once widespread around around the current realm of the Fey Queen. You actually recognize with that high of a history check that this is the sigil of a cadet branch of Dermong that moved away from their from Dermong Delve, which was their home city, and moved further off to the north. It makes sense. They were supposedly going off to venture and mine around the Whirls. They seem to believe that the Whirls would be rich in minerals due to the strong presence of magic there, and it would make sense that they would be nearby in this general region. Although, from what you know, this particular cadet branch died out long ago.
How
However,
long ago?
they would still have living relatives in Dermong Delve.
Interesting. Okay. Kat's just gonna keep that little nugget to herself and grab up the good bits and kind of hold it up, shaking the. Anybody want any silver?
No.
Yes? Take it out.
Okay. You see Kat just shoveling as many. I feel like this is grave robbing, but
We've all done it before, Cat. It's fine.
I mean, is
Oh,
it grave robbing if the skeletons try to kill you first? At that point, it just feels like spoils of war.
you're still in the tomb, or at least where they died, though. But whatever. I don't. Kat doesn't really have that many compulsions about it, so she's just gonna shove all of it into her bag.
Yeah, I will give you this with your jeweler's tools. You would estimate these are pretty good quality. The work of this cadet branch, it's, you know, since they're extinct, their line is extinct. You think it would be a little bit more valuable than normal. Figure you could sell the whole lot for somewhere in the vicinity of 400 gold pieces.
Awesome. I have a
You got it.
400. I have a 400 gold piece miner's rep necklace. I have a dwarven family signet ring. I'm collecting all the dead dwarves stuff.
You have a lot of dwarven artifacts at this point.
I have jewels from Gramnir, noble signet ring from the captain we killed at the one place. We all got stuff for collecting. Just all your money's going to your troops, is all.
That's true.
That's why she got rid of her troops.
At some point, you guys are finally gonna cash in all this stuff and be like, "What can I buy?" And I'm gonna be like,
I'm going to buy a bigger army, Anthony.
It's okay.
That's what I'm
Vengeance-
gonna buy.
Vengeance hasn't
Another
gotten to go
horse.
shopping yet once. He
I'm
still only
going to
has
buy-
the one thing.
I'm
I've only
going
got
to
my nice
buy
rapier.
the Realm of the Fey Queen. That's what I'm gonna buy, Anthony. I'm gonna buy it with my army for free.
So anyway, where we were up. You guys want to go north or east?
I don't know. You just lead the way this time. That's all that matters.
Is that all that matters? I don't know if that is a good idea.
That's a fantastic idea after this
Oh.
room.
We got more bones.
Okay.
And he's just gonna literally
I'm
walk
on
down this bone
bone.
further.
Oh,
Yeah, there's another massive bone. And even as you're like walking along the length of it, 20, 30 feet of bone, you round the corner and then you see
The fuck?
a much larger chamber.
We're in his crotch, boys.
And Vengeance, you realize you're looking up
Oh.
at an absolutely gigantic pelvic bone. It towers up above you. It's clearly been carefully excavated from the walls here. And you can see that more of this green liquid is flowing in what looks like trenches out and down and around into other parts of the room. There is also something amongst the bones of the vertebrae. They kind of extend up to the north and they're at a funny angle and they kind of disappear out of sight. You can see that this chamber continues on. It extends further to the north, but it's kind of blocked up by this massive pelvic bone. And it looks almost like maybe more of the skeleton extends upwards at an angle from this point. If only you could find a way to get there. But the way is kind of all blocked up by just this huge bone jutting out from wall to wall.
Well, I don't think we're gonna go up any further. I guess we follow the streams.
Cat's gonna take a look at these things. What are these?
Cat, you see big almost like tendrils that seem to have wrapped around the spine of the skeleton and are extending out from it. You're not really sure what you're looking at, if it's animal or plant or some sort of fungus. Could make some sort of check.
Cat's megafauna dots are ringing in her head now.
No, I think this is the parasite. But I don't even know if Cat would have any idea what this is.
Roll and find out.
So she's gonna do the one thing she knows how to do best.
Hit it. Don't hit it.
Zajic! Zajic!
Oh, sorry.
And Cat beckons to Seven to come take a look at these weird tendrils.
Okay. I'll look at them.
You can give me a check. I'll let you decide what kind of check.
But do you want do you want me to like investigate them, like, or do you want me to see if I know what they are, or what?
Yes. All of those.
All of those.
I,
All right.
honestly, I'm just glad to spend time with you, Nick.
I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna roll a nature check, see if there's anything I would know about nature. Maybe.
Nature check. Sure.
I'll do an Arcana check and see if I recognize anything Arcana wise.
I gotta remember to switch my shit. That is an 8 still.
Man, Rylan is struggling.
21.
21 on 7's Arcana. Um. So, 7, you are not entirely sure what it's a lot of Arcana checks. You're not entirely sure what you're looking at here. This isn't some sort of magical component that you know of. This isn't uh, magic in and of itself. But you do get the sense that you're looking at something that's part of a larger whole. The way that these are kind of wrapped around and extending from the base of the spinal column, you suspect that they continue on further up the skeleton, which is becoming more and more apparent. This is exactly what you're dealing with: is a massive humanoid looking skeleton, roughly humanoid. Obviously the scale is completely off and the proportions are strange, but it is something with two long sets of legs that you've been working your way up this entire time, now to its the bottom of its torso. You don't think that those things that are wrapped around it are part of the skeleton. The way they coil around it looks more like something that's almost grown up around it. And Ryland,
Do they look kind of like a parasite?
You could make that conclusion. Let you draw your own conclusions there. But they don't look like they are part of this long dead body. They look still a little bit like soft and flexible, like they have some life to them. They do seem to be alive, whatever they are. And Ryland, you can't contribute too much more on top of that. You do also kind of come to the same conclusion that they look alive, but and they're definitely not part of the skeleton. It's something that's grown on the skeleton after the fact.
Hey, Cat, maybe step away.
Hmm?
Maybe stay away from the
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, do y'all want the good news or the bad news?
I don't know if you've ever given us good news, so
I
I'm
don't
really
think you
interested
have
in that part.
actually.
Well, I was gonna say good news is Sobel's not right here at the end of this room.
Why are you
Bad
going
news
off by
is-
yourself?
That's kind of bad news. Aren't we looking for Sobel?
Well, yeah, we are, but I'm saying like, bad news is we have to go down more stairs.
God, I'm so sick of these fucking stairs.
It this thing is like we it's living, right? So we're just gonna leave it here?
The giant skeleton in the ground, yeah.
No, the tentacle thing.
Um,
I mean,
I think it's
try to burning it with fire from a distance.
is it harmful? Like, what is it? It kind of looks like it's just chilling over there to me.
It's because it's kind of attached to this thing
Yeah, it's kind of just chilling.
until it's not chilling anymore, though. Vengeance. Like, what if this thing becomes a walking pelvis?
Hopefully, that happens long after we're all dead. Then it's someone else's problem.
It is like fossilized at this point. I mean, I don't know if it's going to. Oh, Maybe he could move it like a puppet.
Ah, good thing we don't have Brian here. Brian, we could have unleashed Brian on it to use it as a puppet.
Hmm.
You still don't know who Brian is, Cat. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But and she's gonna start looking around. Do you? You know, I noticed this earlier. It doesn't look like. And she's gonna look up on these walls. Like, does this seem like it's part of the ghost light to you, or does it seem like older, or maybe newer? I can't tell.
Well, what does your sheet say?
Yeah, your paper connecting all the dots.
Oh, the thought bubble. No, 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 no. I like to call it the thoughts bubble. But no, it doesn't say anything about.
I mean,
It mentioned
It-
the sepulcher, like a tomb, but
well, if it's called a ghost light, is it maybe the soul of whatever the hell this thing is?
No, Vengeance, you're taking it too literal.
no,
Oh.
that's not what the ghost light is.
I don't know what a ghost light is really, so I
We
don't know.
know. We know.
Sorry.
Vengeance all 3 plus 3 over here.
Hey,
Coming up
quick
with 8.
math. Quick math.
Yes.
What? I said quick
Quick
math.
math. What?
2 plus 2 can't. Don't worry about it.
Go. You said
Oh.
quick math. Yes.
Go. Okay, I'll go.
Oh. Ridiculous.
I don't know that anybody really understands the source of the ghost lights, or what they are, or why they are. It's a bit of an ancient mystery. Could be they predate all of this. Could be they came after. It's hard to say.
So, did y'all want to do something to this, or did you just want to move along? That's all we're waiting for right now.
Vengeance, as you're stepping into this chamber, you see this fluid moving along, going through channels in the floor, and you suddenly see a ripple that runs through all of these little channels. It kind of washes over the entire area, and
Oh, no.
you all hear a voice on the air, the voice of Anton Sobel. You shouldn't be here. The Fey Queen should have crushed you long before you came to this place. And if not her, then the dragon. Which can mean only one thing. She's grown disobedient. What damage have you done?
I mean, if you want to come wherever you are here and talk about it, we can talk about it. But seeing as you're not here, no.
Sobel, step out here. You are alone now.
Alone. No. No, I'm with her. And at my disposal are all of the forces that she commands without
Not-
even knowing it. And
Not
as he says that, you see that up high on the ceiling, about 30 feet overhead, dark boulder-like shapes begin to detach themselves. Long, sinewy, octopus-like tentacles extend from both their tops and their bottoms, and you can see that these floating fleshy orbs have large eyes in the middle of them. The tentacles atop their heads also tipped in eyes.
No.
Oh, he said no.
Do these look like the things we fought in the portal?
I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Completely unexpected.
Completely unexpected.
I said not completely unexpected.
Who would have thought it was a trap?
Oh, baby. I like these guys. And there's a lot of them.
What?
Okay.
Wait, a lot. I only see the one.
There's 4. I can see all of them barely.
Oh no.
They're on the opposite or ends of all these pillars. Over here.
Bro, spoilers.
You're gonna see them in 2 seconds.
Spoilers.
I spoiled my foot up the ass. How about that?
Why would you tell me that? That's a spoiler. Oh wow, that's a.
That was more intense than I thought it would be.
Oh man, that's a lot of tentacles.
Vengeance, you're first to act.
Alright, so are they all like high off the ground?
They're all hovering at about the same height. They detached from the ceiling and they drifted down a little bit, so they're about 20 feet above the ground.
Cool, so I can't hit them even if I tried. Well, no point in me moving forward, so I'm gonna shoot an arrow at this one because he seems like the easiest target to me.
All right, he is partially behind a column there. He will have a little cover.
But now.
Okay, fair enough. You said you weren't going to move, and I was like, oh, okay. He's got cover.
Wait a second. If I'm here, is it like quarter cover, half cover? What is it?
Like half cover. There is no quarter cover in 5e.
Cool.
Yeah,
If this one have cover because he's like mostly out of the pillar. On my screen, it looks like he's out of the pillar.
If anything, I feel like he would have. I'd say he has half cover too. They all have half cover because they're all close to the columns. Columns in between you and them.
Well,
Nothing.
I'm gonna take steady aim, and I can shoot a bitch boy.
All right. Well, that's a critical hit.
What is
Let's see what we got. Piercing. Follow up maximum damage. And you may make another attack against the same target. Oh, that's pretty good on a crit.
Well,
Do you get your sneak on that too?
I do.
You don't even got to roll. It's max damage. So you get a D8 on the bow for a
yeah.
total of 13, and then
yeah.
you get all 6s on the sneak attack. So that's 36.
And then I get another shot, you said?
And you get another shot. 36 and 13. 49. What an opening shot.
This is 24 hit.
24 hits. 12 more points of piercing.
And then I can't move because steady aim says I
You
can't
steady
move.
Yeah. All right, but you put 2 arrows in rapid succession into this big inflatable. Why they call it inflatable? This big floating thing. And you watch it like as it gets hit by the impact, especially of that first shot, it goes bouncing back against the wall, knocking some stonework down. and its many tentacles writhe around each other before it turns its numerous eyes to you. Nimue is up.
She is going to shift over by Ryland to get a better view on that one. And she is just gonna take a couple shots with the longbow.
Boom! Hit. Hit.
Hmm.
7, 7, and 7.
And that will be it for Nemoa.
That's some very lucky damage.
All right.
No, what? No, it's not. Roll 3s on the d8s.
It's all 7s.
That
Very lucky.
actually kills it. Those 2 shots plus the extra damage is enough. She puts the last arrow right into thing's eye, and you see a ripple move through the air as it seems to be screaming psychically, and then with tentacles writhing, it falls to the ground.
Oh,
Dead.
bless up.
1 down in the first 2 turns.
Oh, gang out.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, hang on. Interesting. All right. I gotta do one of these real quick.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's not good. It's gonna be real bad in a minute.
Oh no.
It's gonna be real bad in a minute.
For who?
But for now, we'll do the little bit that's not so bad. This thing is going to still 20 feet in the air, drift over into the center of the room, and it's going to look down at Vengeance, who just scored that amazing critical, and it is going to turn its eyes upon him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, guys, it's looking at me real weird.
And suddenly you see rays of light shooting out of the eyes down at Vengeance.
Lasers.
Here we go. Do. I need Vengeance to make a strength saving throw.
Can we make it Dex and talk about it? Fuck.
All right. You feel that as the ray lands on you, you begin to lift off of the ground. But you quickly reach out, grab hold of that font as the thing is like trying to drag you around, and the eye keeps going. The ray slips off of you, and you are no longer being hoisted around. What else do we have? I now need a dexterity saving throw
Oh, from me still?
from you.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, fuck off.
All right. The other ray, another ray is targeting you. I wish they told you the color of these, but they don't. It'd be helpful. And you can see it like oozing through the air in your direction, almost kind of creeping towards you, and you do manage to get out of the way of it before it touches you. We're getting a real variety here. Now I need a charisma saving throw. All right, we finally got one. As this ray touches you, you find yourself absolutely repulsed by this thing hovering up
God.
there above you, in case you weren't before. And you have disadvantage on attack rolls for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
All attack
Bro.
rolls or just attack rolls on him?
Attack rolls.
Sweet.
That's rough. And now is when things are gonna get real unfair.
Hmm?
It's getting weird. What's going on?
Nothing. I just need to put a little initiative in here. Happened to be right on 20.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Does B stand for bitch ass soul?
It stands for something.
Damn it.
Oh, I know what it stands for.
You keep saying that you know things, and you're like, "Oh man, I can't believe you're doing this. You're doing that." I'm like,
Yeah, because man,
what am I doing? I don't know. Oh
Is
shit!
because
Does he
because
have
I've
your
been
peg, or
I've
is he
been I've
making
been I've
shit
been
up?
I've been doing I've been never mind. I'll talk about
B
it.
stands for brains. In come the brains.
Um,
Bananas.
oh god, this could be real ugly, ugly, ugly. Everyone.
Oh boy.
I need intelligence saving throws from everyone.
Fuck me.
Ooh, damn way. Oh, Ryland.
Yeah, only one person passed, probably.
7 has never been happier to have an amazing intelligence. I'm missing one person, aren't I? Oh no, Vengeance is up there.
7, 3, 5, 7, and 26.
Oh my god. This is so bad now. This is really bad. First thing that's going to happen is you see that this thing up here that just fired down on Vengeance seems to send out another pulsing ripple through the air. This one far more potent than the ones that you saw before. And as it hits you, you feel your minds absolutely shattered from an unseen, unfelt impact. And you're going to take a lot of psychic damage.
Mm.
A whole lot of psychic damage.
Okay, but what
I'm
if you-
wincing right now. Okay, low. That was low. 27 points of psychic damage. Except for 7, who takes none at all. In addition to the psychic damage, everyone who failed that save is stunned.
Ooh.
for a minute.
For a minute?
A whole fucking minute?
1 minute.
So 10 rounds of combat.
Yep. You might be able to get out of it. We'll see. Uh, Ryland, you're stunned. At the end of your turn, you can make the intelligence saving throw again.
Okay, well, it's in my turn.
Nope. Stunned. 7. You look around and you realize all of your companions have been frozen in the spot. You felt that psychic blast and you were able to resist it, but everyone else seems to have been racked mentally by it.
Well, there goes my plans. um, so I was reading through this crown. I don't. It would give people resistance to psychic damage, but it doesn't do anything about this stun thing, right?
It wouldn't help the stun, no.
There's no way to get people out of stun condition, right? I mean, you can't slap them or something.
No,
What do
it's not like they're charmed or
That'd be a
fascinated or
critical hit.
something. Yeah, they just gotta make. You realize they gotta come to it on their own. They gotta make the save.
Shit. These things have eyes, you said?
Many. 7 to be specific.
Jesus.
So if I'm flying and invisible and not breathing, is there any way that a creature could actually sense my position?
Um,
So I'm not brushing against the ground. Presumably I'm not moving. I'm not breathing.
it wouldn't be easy. If you're invisible, then you gain the benefits of invisibility, whether you're detected or not. But
Well, I mean, I guess I'm trying to see, like, these rays seem like they rely on sight, but I don't know if these things would. I mean, does Seven think these things would still be able to shoot at him even if they can't see him?
um,
I guess that's what Seven is trying to decide in this brief moment of.
I mean, it is targeting things with its eyes. You see it turned its eyes to Vengeance and then unleashed rays on him, and you even saw that, like, it was directing the beams with its eyes. Vengeance was dodging around as the thing was, like, trying to track him with its eyes. So it does seem to be all about the eyes.
I would love to. I would love to use greater invisibility here, but I'm worried that just means they're going to be shooting my stunned friends, who can't defend them. Can you save on spells when you're stunned, or do you, like, automatically fail?
I think you automatically fail certain saves, specifically strength and dex, but all the mental ones you can still pass, I believe. Yeah, it's strength and dex. Attack rolls have advantage, and you're also incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. However, it's not the one that paralyzed is the one that means hits are automatic criticals, which is not the case here, which is very important. So,
Well, sorry, I'm usually more prepared than this, but everybody getting stunned just threw me off. I'm just trying to
understandably
think,
so.
trying to think through my options. Um,
I thought you might have at least one other person with you.
Yeah. Uh... Right. I'm not seeing anything better to do here. So let's try this one. See if at least I can survive and cast spells. And they can't see me. Where do I have to click it? There. Seven will use a bonus action. Sorry, I double clicked. Seven will use a bonus action to start the blade song, and then use his action to cast transparent aluminum, which basically is greater invisibility on himself.
Awesome.
Aluminium.
I love
Yeah.
it. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, on.
And then he will fly up into the air and try to be really quiet, and then just kind of like stop somewhere in midair where he's hoping they can't see him to fire beams at. Well, I guess he'll fly over to like here.
Sure.
And hope that he can stay alive, and hope that everyone else can too.
All right.
Staying alive.
Cat, you're stunned throughout your turn. Give me an intelligence saving throw
Oh man.
at the end of your turn.
Oh,
Okay. This one in the back. Ooh, drifting. Let's see, 15 feet. How far can it drift? Ooh, yeah. It's gonna drift a little closer, and as it's drifting, it's also descending down to about 10 feet in height now. It seems to be keen to get a little closer now that everyone is locked up, and you see those eyes curling around, pivoting, looking for targets, spying Vengeance and Cat. Let's see. Let's do 2 for Cat, 1 for Vengeance. It's a D6 roll. I don't get to choose what ray it is. That's the only thing. That's what's really going for your advantage here is I can't pick and choose these rays. They're random, so some of them might not be so bad. Oh god. Cat, you get hit by one of those rays that comes creeping your way, just like the one that went for Vengeance, except since it's a dex save, you automatically fail it. It strikes you. And as it does so, your speed is halved for 1 minute. In addition, you can't take reactions. And you can take either an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
You got slowed.
You got
The
slowed.
anti-haste.
You got the anti-haste, exactly. In addition to being stunned. It's going to send another one your way. And this is a charisma saving throw, so you can actually make the save or attempt it.
Fuck.
You also experience the same aversion that Vengeance does, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls for the next minute. You also get a save. You're going to have a whole stack of saves to make at the end of each turn against all of these effects.
So
And then
it's intelligent. It's 2 intelligence saves and a charisma save.
the slowing is dex. So you've got an intelligence, a dex, and a charisma.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is a bad one for Vengeance because it's a strength one, which he automatically
damn it.
fails. Vengeance, you're not able to defend yourself this time as you get picked up into the air telekinetically. You
God
are
Damn it.
restrained in addition to everything else. I don't have enough indicators. I don't have enough little indicators for all this shit.
I just imagine him like in air, stiff as a board. Just this is bullshit.
Are you using the little circle for stunned?
The little circle was just to show that he had that aversion, but it's no longer very effective, is it?
I'm gonna use this little weird overdrive.
Use
for
whatever
stun.
you want to market for yourself. I'll let you pick because there's going to be so many effects here. I'm expecting you guys to track them. But Vengeance, you are in the air. This thing is going to move you, picking you up in the air, and bringing you right next to it. Actually, right next to it and its buddy.
I don't like this. I've seen this hentai.
And that
Jesus,
is
man.
its turn. The next one up is going to drift down a couple feet so that you're within its reach. It's now at 10 feet in elevation. And it sees a stunned, restrained, aversioned creature. And it's going to flip over, revealing that on its underside it has a massive toothy circular mouth that it is going to try and chew on Vengeance with. It takes a bite attack with advantage.
When I get out of this, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Anthony's just going for the TPK and twice in 1 month.
I don't know what's been up with me, guys. I've been setting encounters all over the place the last few weeks. It's like my barometer, my gauge is way off. It's a 17 to hit you. Does that hit Vengeance?
Hold up, that's not right. Why the fuck does it say my armor class is 5?
Well, that's not correct.
That's definitely not.
Re-equipped your armor? You were naked a while ago.
Oh, well, it shouldn't have been 5. It shouldn't have been 5 even when his armor was unequipped, but
It's showing I have my armor on.
yeah, it does show you have an AC of 5, which is
Maybe you
Huh?
accidentally changed it instead of your health or something.
okay. Well, you've got +5 dex, so you're at 15 AC as a baseline. And then what kind of armor do you have?
Leather.
That's
Studded
2
leather. Studded leather.
That's studded as what, 2 to AC? Or is it
Oh,
7.
is it 3?
17, and then you have the dual wielding, so I think your AC is 18.
Yeah, that sounds right.
15?
It's either 18 or 19. I think it's 18.
I'm pretty sure it's high enough that you're fine. Studded is a +2 to AC, which is 17. And then if so you have a thing which bumps up your AC, the dual
Yeah,
wield?
the dual wield, so it's 18.
Okay. In that case, it is a miss in spite of all of those things going in its advantage. Somehow, I can't even explain how this thing can't get through your armor. It can't bite you. Its teeth get stuck on the leather. Or maybe you've got one like blade up frozen in midair and it's keeping it from biting you. It's going to try to hit you with its tentacles, however. With advantage. And this time it's 23. It's going to deal damage. Real ugly damage. 26 more points of psychic damage. And you are grappled. You're grappled 3 different ways. Its tentacles begin to wrap around you. And that is its turn.
Yeah, I gotta add another logo to my fucking image. Hold up. It's going with the web this time. The web is
You're
disabled.
restrained. You're restrained by 2 creatures simultaneously. And it is your turn at the top of the round. Stunned. But at the end of your turn, you can try to break out of the stun. That's an intelligence saving throw. Oh my god, it took a while to load and I was holding my breath. Alright, still stunned. I need you to roll a charisma saving throw against the aversion. That is still a failure. And that's your turn. No, you don't make a strength save.
I get the strength ones. Okay.
Um,
Wouldn't have done that
oh,
either.
wait. Oh no, yeah, okay. You don't make a strength save, but that one has a more limited duration, the telekinetic ray. So that's it. Nimue, stunned in the background.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Intelligence saving throw.
I know one of you's.
Please tell me that's good for her to get out so she can help me.
Let me double check. That's a failure.
You're expecting any of us to get out when we have no bonus to intelligence?
I can't help you guys aren't that smart.
Oh wow! Wow! Oh,
Total party will kill because we're all stupid.
bro, we're all of average intelligence too.
This one is gonna come a hustling and a bustling.
They gonna come join the gangbang? Cool.
He's gonna come this way. No, he's not coming for vengeance. He's coming for Cat.
Oh yeah, baby.
And he's going to drift down to 5 feet above the ground so he can reach you. And he's going to try to eat you.
Oh yay.
Good luck.
Here comes the bite. Advantage. 19.
Oh, miss.
Here come the tentacles. Oh, no.
God.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Critical hit.
Oh no.
Critical hit deck for GMs. Let's see.
This whiteboard.
It is psychic damage. Okay. All right, that's lucky. It's a crit that affects acid, poison, or necrotic. So there's no additional crit effect. Just a whole load of psychic damage. Only 14 points there.
Oh, that's not
What the
bad.
fuck is this bullshit?
However, you are restrained in the thing's tentacles
God
now.
damn it. What save do I have to roll for that?
You don't roll a save. It's an escape DC.
Oh.
Grappled and restrained.
Crap.
That thing is gonna. Okay. Ryland.
Oh, two nat
Ryland,
20s.
with great discipline, you manage to shake yourself out of your mental stun. At the end of your turn, you are no longer stunned, but that is your turn.
I'm still pretending I'm stunned though.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna move.
7, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, 7 doesn't really want to waste spell slots, but I mean, I guess I have to use some. He's gonna fly up into the middle and do his best to be a hero. He is going to cast super everything Omni Strike, which I assume because he's greater invised, he has advantage on the attacks. Oh, sorry. Should I link it again?
That is, it's attack rolls, right? It's all attack rolls.
Yeah, melee spell attack rolls.
Yeah, they're all. You're right. They're all at advantage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do. Let's see, which one is grappling vengeance?
Both.
This one down here is grappling him physically. This one is holding him in its eye ray.
I guess I'll do I'll do it counterclockwise, starting with the bottom one. Then does that
So
make sense?
One, yeah.
Yeah. And then the attack roll is my spell attack is +9. So let me see if I can make it roll that with advantage. I'm really bad at this. Type of roll advantage. Okay. Let's try this. Will that do it? Okay. That's
Yeah,
1,
that is
2.
a attack with advantage. 3 attacks with advantage. That last one crits. All 3 of them land. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so the first one is 48. Second one's 38, and then I guess the third one is a melee spell attack crit. I don't know what kind of crit card that is.
What kind of damage does it? It's force damage, right?
Yeah.
We'll see if the magical damage one makes any sense, and if not, oh my god. Well, that one's dead. Blast of power, quadruple damage.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, let me roll 24d10 for the fun of it.
Yeah.
To just see pink mist blast all over
Jesus
this cave.
Christ.
Oh my god.
All right, so you deal quite a bit of damage hacking and slashing into these creatures around Vengeance, and then, Cat, you're frozen in place, staring, unable even to blink as this creature just explodes in every direction in front of you. You're moving
and
in slow
although-
motion, too, so...
Yeah,
like,
and 7's invisible, so you can't really see, but I assume you know.
I think we all know.
I think there's probably a highly visible 7 floating in the air at this point because he's covered in viscera.
It's just red.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
That's fantastic.
Oh
All right. Well, in that case, he appears, I guess, within 5 feet of this one, and then flies behind this pillar, hoping that they won't see the viscera dripping off him.
Oh.
Does this one at least let me go when it gets fucking smacked?
Nope.
Nope, still holding on.
Still holding tight. But that helped a lot. Okay. Cat, you're up.
So going down the list, I need to make an intelligence save, a dex save, and a charisma save?
Yes, those sound accurate.
Okay.
You're not being grappled at least, so that's
good.
That's over. 138 points of damage.
That is fucking incredible.
Crit cards
by
are
the
so
way.
stupid.
That's
So
now the new.
stupid.
That's the new highest one that beat mine.
The fail. What was the dex was for
Dex was for the slow. Okay, so you break.
He automatically fail the dex?
Oh yeah,
though, since
you automatic. Yeah, you're right. You automatically fail.
Never
He,
mind.
he
Let me
continues
try
to
it.
automatically fail the Dex save.
Then let me do the charisma save.
Do the charisma one, and you fail.
It's also a fail. So I'll
Don't-
just chill. Have
Don't
fun,
ask
guys.
Cat to pass any mental checks, at all. All right. This creature is wounded.
I know what you're thinking, bud. No.
So when does that telekinetic thing drop? It drops start of its next turn. Okay, so it's no longer holding you telekinetically. The other one though is holding you in its tentacles. So it lets go of you, and now it's hunting for 7 probably. It's going to start drifting forward towards the absolutely obliterated body. There's not even a body there anymore. It's just a mess. Drifts over in that direction. I think at this point it's probably going to be able to spot 7. However, it has a problem, which is that even though it knows where 7 is, it still can't technically see him, which is going to make its eye rays useless. It can attempt one thing, however. At disadvantage, it can try to hit him with the tentacles with a little bit of reach. The column is going to give him some cover. So it's a disadvantaged attack. Half cover, +2 to your AC. Here we go. It's a natural 1.
Well, I think it's learned its lesson now.
Let's see what the critical fail cards are. Up my sleeve. You become entangled in the target's clothing or armor and have to make a dex or strength saving throw to free yourself. While entangled, attacks against
Its
you are
tentacles get caught on my swords or something? Is that what's going on?
It gets caught up in like your cool flowy cloak because it can't see the cloak, so it's like why are my tentacles getting stuck on nothing? And it's entangled. It also says that it has to make a dex or strength saving throw to free itself. I'm gonna assume that's an action. And while entangled, attacks against you are made with advantage. So have fun.
Boy.
God.
This poor thing.
Didn't know what hit it.
And you guys thought this was gonna be a bad fight.
It is for me.
Alright, here's the one that is got vengeance in its gripses. It's gonna keep trying to eat him with advantage. Here comes the bite.
Nope.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. With advantage. Ay! Oh, ooh. That's rough, though. Alright, let's see how this goes. What?
Oh, no. No. I'm already scared.
I'm gonna need to think about this one.
Wow, Anthony's literally deciding whether or not to kill your character off right now.
Okay, let's take this step by step.
Oh god, that's even worse.
Some of these cards are so insane. So insane. There's like 1 or 2 of them that are absolutely awful for players.
Look, if it's really broken, maybe don't use it.
No,
Yeah,
we've never decided to not use them before.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, Vengeance?
Fucking A.
Can you roll me a d6, Vengeance?
Oh god. This is gonna get ripped apart, man.
Maybe Eldath will bring you back.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, you know, there's good restorative magic out there.
Oh my god.
There's good healing magic.
Who's
out
gonna
there.
be the Scarface now, bitch?
I think
Am I
she's gonna
losing?
be,
Am I losing a limb?
This actually makes a ton of sense though for these tentacles because they're like all over your head. It's trying to chew on you and failing, but the tentacles are like wrapping themselves around you, dealing psychic damage. And messing with your head.
Oh god, what is happening, Anthony?
It's not going to be the double damage. There's no double damage. It's just 17 points of psychic damage, Vengeance. But these tentacles are messing with your head. Remember, I was joking about the magnet on the monitor. It's like that, but this time it's actually effective. Vengeance, a part of your capacity to observe and understand the world, is wiped from your mind.
Bro.
You are. The card says permanently, but
Oh,
As I said, there's some good healing magic out there.
bro.
You are permanently unable to see or hear elves.
I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm sorry, Anthony. Could you say that one more time, please? I didn't get that the first go around.
Oh god, I need water.
You are permanently unable to see or hear elves.
Does that include Ryland?
Yes,
Like
I bet-
retroactively. Like retroactively. Is it only like
Oh my god. If you had rolled a 1 or 2, it would have been dwarves. If you had rolled a 5 or 6, it would have been halflings. Which would have been significantly less detrimental. But it was elves.
holy shit?
I have tears right now.
That's this. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Ow.
Go find yourself a very powerful cleric soon.
Oh.
Well,
Wait.
the problem is, Anthony, will he be able to see them?
I think someone in the party will have to talk for me to them.
Permanently unable to see or hear. Oh no, you can talk to them. You just can't see or hear them. Okay.
Well, if
that
I don't know
was-
they're there, I'm not gonna talk to them. So yeah.
Yeah, you'll need someone to be your eyes.
Oh.
So can you see the gear on me? Is it just like a floating gear?
Or it's just anything on him just gone.
I'm gonna
Like, I
assume
don't
you
observe
just
them.
can't see Ryland. You just can't
Okay.
observe him. See or hear. It doesn't say touch though, so
if I'm
there's
holding a piece of
that.
paper, is it float? If I'm trying to write to him?
I'm not gonna think about it too hard right now. Vengeance, it's your turn. You need to make like 8 saving throws.
Intelligence first, I guess.
Vengeance! All that messing with your head must have snapped you out of it. You're no longer stunned.
So that one's gone, and then
The aversion is a charisma. Oh wait, did you
Charis-
pass that already? No, you
No, I have to do that.
okay.
Whew.
All right, you're no longer averted. Now you're just stuck in the thing's grip. Unfortunately, that all of those saves don't happen until the end of your turn, but you have freed yourself of the mental shock, which is the most important thing
And
here.
I don't assume I can do the grip one now, right? I have to wait till next turn.
No. That's an action to escape.
Gotcha.
If you so desire. Nimue needs to make some saves.
Oh god.
Just one, actually, I think.
Yeah, she's still just stunned.
Okay, she's still stunned. This thing is so dead. This thing is... Okay. Ryland, it is your turn.
Oh man. Fuck. Okay. I can only see the one. That's 5, 10, 15, 25. This is the one that's technically grappled, right? Or restrained? The one who
It
got...
is...
It's stuck in my robes.
Yes, it is stuck in his robes. You can see his tentacles like reaching out, messing with the viscera covered invisible 7. Attacks against it have advantage.
Okay. He's gonna... Ooh. Give him the little finger guns here. And upcast. Some not inflict wounds. Guiding bolt.
That's a hit. Well, that's still not bad. 20 points of damage.
No, that's super bad. That was a 5th level spell.
Oh, well, yeah, that sucks. Sorry, man.
That was 8d6. Oh my god.
that was a lot of ones and twos. Okay, but still, you've hit it and marked it. Next attack against it will have advantage. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, 7.
I think I'm done laughing. That's good.
Ah, couldn't
Uh,
have been a better outcome there.
all right, so I'll do that thing that blade singers can do. I get to make 2 attacks, and then I guess one of the attacks I could replace with a cantrip. Is that how that works?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make an attack against the one that's holding me first. Or the one that is stuck in my ropes.
Yeah, okay. You have advantage for like 4 reasons, Jesus Christ, okay. Oh my god. Alright, critical hit. Let's do another one. Could be something else insane. At least it'll be good this time. Probably. Double damage. Really straightforward.
Okay, well, I guess that's what the roll was, right?
Yep.
So 11 total?
That'll be 11 in total, and you like hack at one of those tentacles that is caught up in your robe.
Is it still alive?
It is.
Damn it. Janet. Okay, and then I guess the second one I'll do a cantrip. Let's see.
Still
that's
advantage. So a 19 hits.
Okay, and then that's like the I don't know, it's called bind on my sheet, but I think it's like
Booming blade.
booming blade. Yeah. So 5 plus 7, and then if it moves,
Got it.
takes another 6.
Well, good news. 5 plus 7 is enough to finish it off. You hit it with the blade. The thundering resonance causes all of its little eyeballs to pop, and it flops down, still kind of dangling 1 or 2 tentacles off of you that are stuck in your robes.
Just one left. Somebody get it.
Speaking of somebodies, somebody stands up off of a tensor's floating disc.
Oh. Shit.
She got hit by that stun. She was stunned. She overcame it last round. Now she picks herself up, drags herself forward. You can see that she's thin, her movement is a little unsteady as she strides towards you. She reaches out a hand towards Nimue. And you see these globes of light, small little globes begin to coalesce around her hands and condense into a single shining bolt with launches from her fingertips towards the tentacled monstrosity. It is at half cover because it is mostly behind that pillar, but she's still going to attempt it. That rolled whispered to me, but that was a miss. You can see that she is struggling just to keep her hand steady. She seems incredibly weak, and the first bolt just smashes into the wall, does nothing. The second one also misses. The third strikes home, finally. Dealing 17 points of radiant damage to that creature. Cat, give me your saves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just there you go.
Okay, that is a pass on the charisma save, so you're not aversioned, you're just slowed and stunned.
Let me just take that off my whiteboard.
Creature's dead. This one is still alive. It's going to start moving because it doesn't like the way this is going. Fortunately, it can't move very far or very fast. But it starts to drift down the staircase, still dragging vengeance with it, and it's gonna try to chew on him some more and see if it can't erase any other races from his mind.
Oh my god.
No.
It really is a mind eraser. Okay, let's go do a bite.
Oh.
That's a miss. It's missed every single one of these bites, even with advantage. Tentacles.
Fuck.
I think a 19 gets you.
Yeah.
All right.
By one. By one.
By one. And that's 22 points of psychic damage. Dragging vengeance off to who knows what fate. But vengeance, even though it has you restrained in its tentacles. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it does have a normal escape DC. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. There's a grapple and a restrained component. I didn't have you roll. I never had you roll for this, so this is important.
No.
I need you to roll another intelligence saving throw.
Fuck me. I passed one. That's all I was good for.
You have a +4. You have a decent saving throw, and you passed this one too. So you are not restrained. You are only grappled. When the tentacles wrap around you, you make an intelligence save against being restrained. It's still hanging on to you, but you're not like locked up, frozen. So, just grappled. And it's your turn, and you're in its tentacles.
Okay. So does that just mean I'm at disadvantage if I try to stab it?
Funny enough, no, you're not. Grapple does not impose disadvantage. Restrained would, but not grappled.
We're stabbing it. Of course, that's as bad. And that doesn't do much better. Fucking A.
It's really hard to get your blade into position with the tentacles still kind of wrapping and binding around you. You can't get a good, clean attack in. Nimue can make another save.
Yay.
All right. Come on. No. Okay. Well, I guess you guys are gonna get off easy this time. Ryland, it's your turn.
Oh, I don't see the one now. I'm gonna move up a little closer. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's see. I'll just give it Pichu, Pichu, with the guiding bolt upcasted.
All right. Guiding bolt, your favorite spell. 26 is a hit. And 18 points of damage is enough to kill this creature. You catch it with a radiant bolt. It shines for a moment as the eyes all blink in dismay at being blinded by this radiant energy, and then finally they all go wide and bulge their sockets as the thing falls to the ground. Vengeance falls with it. Oh my god, this is gonna kill him. He falls 10 feet. He's gonna take fall damage.
Oh my god.
He says that was a joke and it's gonna kill me.
No, I know it is. That's why I said Vengeance is such a, he gets punched so much in this game. He's like the punching bag of this group. He's a hero. He's a real hero going up into the front so that others don't have to. He falls 10 feet, takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and goes unconscious.
Are we still technically in initiative?
You're still technically in initiative.
Okay. Sorry, Vengeance.
Imagine I just like roll down these stairs the entire way too. Just
Taking bludgeoning damage all the way.
no, dead weight rolling. It's fine.
Yeah. We're gonna stay in initiative until someone can do something to stabilize him. 7.
I'm supposed to do something to stabilize him.
I didn't say you had to. I just said someone.
7 walks over. Get up, bitch.
Is everybody still stunned, even though they're all dead, or?
Nimue is still stunned, but she's and Kat. Yeah, they are still stunned.
Okay. 7 knows that he can't do much for vengeance. So he's gonna fly. He's gonna let his invisibility drop, and he's gonna fly over towards this Gith, I guess. And he's gonna slowly surf down with his hands raised, and he's gonna say, wait, whoa there, hold on, let's talk this out. He's clearly trying to make sure that she's not going to turn hostile on us. That's what he spends his turn doing.
Okay, and you can see that she's like, even though she attacked this thing, she still looks incredibly wary. She's got her hands up. Those little magical orbs are still sort of glowing around her fingertips. Cat, another save.
Can do.
I believe in you.
Man, I don't.
Nope. All right. Vengeance death save.
Yep. How do I roll that just to you again?
You can make it a.
Do
you can turn
slash.
on-
Do you do? I'll type it for you.
I know it's slash WGM. Oh,
I'm sorry, Vengeance. You can't take that advice since it came from Rylan.
the thoughts in my head said to do it this way.
Oh my god.
Hey, you see what you have to do is type slash GM roll. Oh my fucking god.
Fuck me.
Hey, you can't react to it. We're not.
Well, he
supposed
did.
to know.
He reacted first.
No,
Yeah,
we're blaming the player.
Nimue, can Nimue break the stun?
No.
She just has to roll. She's got a 15% chance. Doesn't fail.
No, she does. She has less than 15%. Just 10, because she already rolled a 17 once. Oh, I guess, never mind. 18, 19, 20. I can't count, sorry.
It's no longer relevant. Ryland?
Yeah. See your boy Ryland over here. Oh, perfect amount of room. He's just gonna run up and... Oh, oops, wrong sheet. He'll just.
I love how it's not even a healing thing. It's just spare the die.
Stabilize
Alright.
him.
Ryland, you rush forward. You can see like bones sticking out of Vengeance in the wrong places, and you're like, "Ee," and you you stabilize him, and you see that the profuse bleeding, both internal and external, seems to stop. Oh god, there's probably like blood coming out of one eye from the brain hemorrhaging.
Okay, if it's that bad, if I'm walking up on like a fucking high-speed crash scene over here, looking like Paul Walker.
Basically the state he's in. Yes.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll-
TBI out the
Okay,
ass.
nix the spare the dying, and I'll just give him a cure wounds. Oh, why is it not? There you go.
All right. And
That's
Vengeance, you find yourself magically, for no apparent reason whatsoever, coming back to consciousness, and your wounds mending themselves. The four large, flabby, slimy things lay strewn about the room, some of them more strewn than others. And that will bring us to the end of this combat, as well as the end of this session.
Just to clarify for next session,
Mm-hmm.
like I have zero even remembrance of Ryland, correct?
Well, it doesn't say that. It just says that you can't see or hear elves. So
That's
You
just
rem-
so weird.
it's very weirdly
It's
phrased,
so
isn't it?
strange.
You remember Ryland, and I suppose you have a vague memory of elves in general existing. But you can't see or hear any of them. Even when you go to, you know the name Ryland, but when you go to conjure it up in your mind's eye, you can't see anything. It's a blank. When you try to imagine his voice, you can't remember how he sounded.
Perfect. So immediately next session, I'm just be like, oh no, did they send Ryland somewhere? Did he get banished?
This
Yeah,
is gonna
and then
make
you're
you-
probably not going to believe us when we tell you he's standing right next to you.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Just
this
how
is
it's gonna
be-
go.
This is gonna affect combat in some way. I guarantee.
This is somehow going to affect combat, yes, and it could be bad. Oh my
Imagine if he
god.
ambushes us with just elves. I know we've been
Yeah,
going for, like,
Anthony's going to go at elves to all his, all his encounters.
elves with crossbows. You know.
You know, the Gith are technically elves.
Jesus.
It's gonna be at a bar. I'm just gonna get stabbed for no reason. Me just like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my god. Oh
Look,
my God.
I have to run. I love you guys. That was hilarious. That was a lot of fun.
Catch
Thanks
you later.
again, everyone.
See you guys next
Catch you
week.
next week.
Good night. All right,
Bro, okay, the illithids out of nowhere, man. I was flipping the fuck out.
The what?
the
They're called
illithids.
illithids. The tadpole people.
Oh, tadpole.
And the reason why I'm sorry for freaking out during the session. I was just so excited
Yeah.
because I had just started looking at all the sheets and all the all the stuff for mind flayers and wow, I can't intellect devours and all
Yeah.
that. I looked at all those stat blocks very recently, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my god. Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pat, you need to play Baldur's Gate 3.
Maybe one day.
I'm gonna play it as soon as it releases.
Honestly.
I'm gonna go in fresh when it releases.
Yeah, this is gonna be real rough. Good thing there's no oh fuck, there's an elf in my backstory. Fuck me.
Well, I mean, you won't see him.
I'll remember him. If we ever run into him, I won't see him.
I mean, it's like you just
Next
We'll
session.
find a greater restoration, right?
Next session, a troop of elves just marching in.
A troop of elves come to our
Me,
assistance,
just
but they'll
walk-
only come to, the assistance of vengeance if vengeance can say their names.
Me, just walk straight through them. They're not even there.
Dude, elves are gonna think
Starts
you're an
tripping
asshole.
over them.
You guys behind me trying to explain it. No. He can't. He just can't see you.
And they're like, "Well, if he doesn't meet my eye contact, I'm not fighting with him."
That's very bright.
That would be what you get, Pat.
To be fair, I thought he was gonna like delete memories before I even sent him memories to delete.
All
he
that
can't
work you did on your
see or
backstory, delete it all. Don't remember it.
Nothing exists.
You can't see or hear help.
It's such a weird, specific thing that they chose, you know, and because some of those, this was one of the deadly crit fail cards, and the other things on the card are things like, you get your head chopped off, you permanently lose a leg, or something like that, you know, where it's like, oh, well, this character's fucking dead, or horrendously maimed, but then I was like, well, this. I don't know. I'm always wary when I see these deadly cards pop up. And then I read that one. I was like, are you really? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh man.
at least if I would have lost a limb, that can get a prosthetic or like something magical later. It would work out.
What would they have to roll
Yeah.
for humans?
What's up?
Imagine how game breaking it would be because a lot of NPCs are humans. So what if they just can't see or
Right.
hear
Well, they.
humans anymore?
I feel like they deliberately picked three that they picked dwarves, elves, and halflings. So, you know, depending on the campaign, that could be a problem, but it's less likely to be a problem than humans.
Hmm.
Or, well, I guess humans are really the number one, aren't they? So, but
Would have been really funny if Tiefling was an option and I rolled that.
I'm permanently invisible and mute.
Tieflings, never heard of them. Don't exist.
I think they picked those three races as well because they're in almost every fantasy setting, right? They're so ubiquitous that like almost
That is
everyone
a-
has those three.
That is a good question. What if you were an elf and you couldn't see or hear elves?
You'd have some real problems, wouldn't you?
Maybe identity issues, you know. Like, what
That-
am I?
That could be a character killer, maybe. I don't know. But there is another crit card in there that is like you lose your memories of your class. I think specifically, like you lose all your class features, and that is just, you know,
All
that's
your class
rough.
features. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
That would definitely be a character killer. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
a
coming back
dead
from that.
character. Like you can't. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna retrain in a new class? Like, maybe if you're really interested in doing that kind of role play of like having a character that gets rehabilitated in some way, but
Yeah, but you'd basically be a level 0, and at this point, it'd be like a level 1 with like a party of level 12s. You're
Yeah.
useless.
Well, you'd have all your HP, and I'd assume your muscles don't go away. You know.
Yeah, my character don't rely on muscle. That wouldn't be much use.
Well, you're still fast, right? You just don't remember how to sneak around. But, you know, losing all your memories doesn't mean you lose your memories how to run, you know?
yeah, that's a weird one. If a player actually was like, yeah, I'll work with this, it'd be like, okay, we'll figure it out, but like, you know, not everyone is interested in that kind of role play. So I don't know. I don't blame people who wouldn't want to go that route, but you know, if I had a character that lost a limb, I'd go with that. I'd be like, oh damn, now we gotta figure this shit out.
You could be
You
a
gotta get
pirate
a
lord.
prosthetic.
Go get
With a
myself a
little peg
robot
leg.
arm. Yeah,
True. A warforged arm
a
that is also
Warforged arm.
sentient.
The arm has its
Yeah.
own
We go to
consciousness
Josh, you'd be
and
like, "Hey, man,
personality.
can you help us out?" And he just hands you his arm. And
Give me a hand.
Anthony has to create an artifact called the Hand of Jadaji.
That would. I actually really like the idea of a prosthetic that has its own like sentience and
Yeah.
and like you have to work together with it.
Vengeance
It doesn't.
would,
Maybe it doesn't accept you right away.
it would just slap.
Yeah, you gotta be
Vengeance.
like cool with it, you know, or else
Yeah.
it's gonna slap you across like ghost hand, you know.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get off and go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see y'all, Anthony.